the train. Moses sketching out a chain. Phone ping, slips, what's the trail? Who wrote the tale if the facts are frail? Santa slam, Coco leans in close. Where are the notes from the first diagnosis? Did they test what they couldn't see, or just trust what was easy to believe? Santa loves ain't low, shouting at the screen. We need to know. They chase every shadow, every sign, or skip frames in the storyline. Truth or plot, high or low. They're counting every cut, each flow. Anime eyes locked on the show. Santa Claus and Sailor Moon. Objection in my heart, Mo cries. Cutscene gaps and alibis. Santa's list of questions grows. Who watched the watchers? Who really knows? Santa Claus and Mo shouting at the screen. We need to know. Did they chase every shadow, every sign, or fade out on the steepest climb? If truth is heavy, let it show. Let the whole strange story glow. Anime hearts won't let it go. Oh, Santa Claus and Sailor Moon.
Hey folks, welcome to the show. It is Friday. It is Slightly
Yes.
Post show, and here's Mo.
Hey,
How
you
are doing?
guys.
Oh,
We made it to Friday, and
yeah,
I have power, which I didn't this afternoon, so we're good.
yay, yay. And folks, this is also Fundraiser for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Link is pinned. Now, usually it's pinned on the top of the chat. YouTube decided in their infinite wisdom, no, bottom of the chat is, yeah, I don't know why. As
We can never figure out what YouTube's doing half the time.
no, I mean, with the StreamYard and the everything, and yeah, I'm lucky I'm logging in and going, all right, what's going on here?
Pretty much.
Mm. Oh, still top.
Oh,
My volume is low. Yeah, I had to do that in the trial. Is that better? Is that
yes,
better?
you're a little bit better. Yeah.
Mm.
It's been or StreamYard's been funky with my sound too, so
Mm.
who knows?
Mm. Yeah, I saw his message in my DM that he will be a few minutes late, but we will start. We will start. So Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Now we have two great verdicts in a row.
Yes.
Afro Man, Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons. I will say the way the judge started out his 900, that man was trying to give me a heart attack. That man was like, well, the cops are really awesome, but Kelsey's awesome too. And I'm like, holy fajitos, could you please just, I'm like, my heart can't take it.
Yeah. And he went on and on about the credibility of police officers and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just thinking, tell that to Sandra Birchmore.
I know. I was like, were you watching the same trial?
Yeah. But that's the thing. If a cop testifies as a fact witness, his words should be weighed as equal as anybody else. But here we saw it from this judge, in my opinion. No, cops will always have more credibility in his court. So that leads me to believe that if Kelsey hadn't been a cop too,
yeah, that
he
does
would have
make me
convicted
wonder.
her.
I do wonder. I do like that he said, "Hey, you know what would if we had body cams, that would make it super easy to have figured out what happened."
Mm. Yeah. And Massachusetts has, and I saw at least since 2023, they've been handing out 3 million annually, sometimes more, sometimes less, because just for body cams, because precincts said, "Oh, we can't afford it," and the state of Massachusetts, here's money, just apply for it, and this North
Yeah,
Andover apparently haven't. There's free money for.
yeah. s so since I kind of parachuted in, and I'm so happy that Chat and Baker and everyone kinda got me up to speed.
Mm,
Now, it seems like there were allegations prior to this whole incident where Kelsey might have been a whistleblower that might have started the whole animosity. I don't know. It just
it,
seems odd that people who have worked with Kelsey would, and
mm,
I understand that they do have to take all reports seriously, but
mm,
again, if they took the reports of the,
mm,
child potentially being in danger
yeah,
seriously, they didn't act like it during the incident.
exactly. And something I didn't know was they showed up at her house a few days before with the car accident. And so, so apparently that didn't work. So then all of a sudden, this restraining order. And how her friends and the horse in her bridal party.
Yeah, good night. With friends like that, I mean, honest to goodness, Kelsey, move away from
Yeah,
Massachusetts if possible.
yeah. Move closer to parents. Move away from these people because they won't stop. Sadly, you have a child with one of these fuckers. And yeah, I'm happy for her, but
Yeah,
I still say she's in danger over there.
I I very much worry, and I'm not trying to be look, I'm not a anyone other than a person who's watched human behavior. And, look, I'm just gonna call them the alien family because pronunciation.
Mm,
But they have shown a unique kind of expectation that rules don't apply to them, and it's been
mm,
almost across the board, and when people like that lose control, and right now, public opinion is mostly on Kelsey's side,
yeah.
I I really worry, that they're going to try to run with a child or so I
Mm,
hope I'm wrong, I'm hope I'm
mm,
but
yeah.
that is a worry
Mm,
because they're losing control of the situation. Kelsey
mm,
is looking very poised
mm,
and I think she took accountability and
mm,
she what that was a very good testimony. I
mm.
thought she did
Yeah.
really well.
Mm. Yeah. Hi, LMP. She's out of North Andover. That's good. Her dad has already made sure her residence has cameras.
Oh,
Excellent.
good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And make
Yeah,
sure to call the local precinct to say, no, nobody else lives here. They can't just call and say they live here and break in. And
yeah.
Julish, his family is a big cop family who has a playground in my town. You guys, someone say me they are very powerful. Yeah. This is Freemason light. I mean, we've covered a few cases regarding where all of a sudden we the Delphi case, and then the Aaron Spencer case, and in both cases, everybody shows up in Indiana and are prominent Freemasons.
Yeah.
And here we have in Massachusetts, everybody is a cop family.
Yeah, and it's not been a good week for Massachusetts. You have the cop in the carjacking that it
Mm,
has He did raise $400,000,
Mm,
but they aren't releasing the body cam.
mm,
You've got the police officer with the DUI who ran over
mm,
a pedestrian or ran into, and then you have the female police officer and her husband who are accused of child grossness. I mean, it's
mm,
not a good week for
mm,
Massachusetts. Were you built on top of a hellmouth, like
mm. Yeah.
a pet
What,
cemetery?
yeah. And this, here, knowing that this happened, everything that's been going on in Massachusetts for the past few years, which has probably been going on for quite some time, but it's not until now with LawTube, CrimeTube, True Crime, really looking into all these cases that all of a sudden, damn, that's a lot. And then hearing this judge, don't believe all the conspiracy theories. Hey, it turns out they're correct, the conspiracy theories.
Well, I mean, is it a conspiracy theory to think, okay,
Mm,
it was probably more likely that he was inattentive
mm,
and
yeah,
sh she got around him when his back was turned,
yeah,
or that he's a super tactical cop and she somehow skipped dimensions and
yeah, yeah. But the incident in itself, no, I don't see. Now I do see Justin's family affecting, s- making sure that some things happen. I don't think they planned for this though.
no, no, but I do think that they wanted her sectioned. I think anything
Yeah,
that was going to make her look
mm,
worse in probate court.
yeah, yeah. I launched a theory on my channel. I don't know if you heard it. He was white knighting her. She was in control in that relationship. She was the one who got a job. I mean, everything was working out, and he got less and less control. And so somehow, in this, he wanted the control. He didn't really
Oh.
know how, and so he started to turn her friends against her. He started to turn the police against her because he is in a cop family. He, I assume he tried to do it with her parents as well, in order to
See,
be take the child away and then be the gracious hero, the white knight. I will take you back.
um, yes and no. I think that if I'm honest, Kelsey probably did what I did and what a lot of young women do. "Oh, he's not ready to grow up. Well, we're gonna get married. Oh,
Mm,
we're gonna have a baby,
mm,
so, he's gonna have to grow up."
mm.
But the
And
baby comes and the growing up doesn't,
yeah,
and he still wanted to do all of the other things, so she was kind of having to raise the baby by herself, and then I
mm,
think Justin got jealous of the baby.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
because when you're a new mom, kind of all your attention goes there, and Kelsey's not babying him, and, he goes back to mom. I think grandma was the one that wanted the baby. I don't think Justin could have been bothered or cared less. He can
mm,
barely remember the child's name and not call it half the time.
yeah. And his actions in this, I mean, you would assume if he really believed his child is in danger, he would scoop the child and take off. What does he do?
Yeah,
Hands it to the sister and starts, yeah, I need some stuff.
it
It's
it just again, if you really thought that your child was in danger,
mm,
you would have, gotten them. You would have said, "Hey, Kelsey, come on, let's meet up. Let's," you know, you would have had eyes on your child.
mm,
That none of this is adding up that
mm,
reality was the child was the most important thing. It
mm,
seems like hurting Kelsey was the most important thing.
yeah. It's an infuriating situation.
And it's
Yeah,
also rather scary that in Massachusetts, you can make all these allegations with no credible again, I don't want any children to be left with parents that are unstable, but where's that cutoff? Can anyone
yeah,
in Massachusetts just say, "Hey,
yeah.
no,
It should be.
evidence."
It should be at least be obligatory for the judge to. Okay, now I'll check her history. Is there any history here? But it seems like no rubber stamp and off you fuck.
Yeah, they didn't check Justin's house. They didn't check that, Justin
Mm,
was stable.
yeah.
And
Uh,
and here's the bottom line, love your kids more than you hate your ex.
mm, mm. Uh, yes, Eve. I have the audio lined up. We are waiting for Nick, who is late and gay.
We don't
So we're
make the rules, we just enforce them.
yeah, yeah. Or stay single. Yeah, but sometimes that is not an alternative. Lucky for me, Miss Viking, where I used to live, she was friends with my neighbor, and she leaned over the fence and said hi when I was shopping firewood. And yeah, that's almost 10 years ago now. And her kids is adults. And no, there's not going to be kids. we are way past that. We are way past that. I'll be a grandpa before I'm a father. So yeah. Which means I get to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Kids cry.
Yeah. It was interesting the kind of show of force for the police officer when ostensibly you would think that some of them might have thought of Kelsey as their
Yeah.
fellow police officer.
Apparently not. And also, how they got in there in those masses while people were outside waiting. Yeah, that special treatment doesn't look good either.
No, it doesn't.
Tells me again that this judge will take the word of an officer, even though the story is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I thought maybe since you were a lawyer, maybe could you tell me, because the state or the Commonwealth in their closing argument kept saying that the science had been proven. Do you remember, can you pinpoint when in the 4 days the science was called?
Nope, there was no science called. I would have stood up and objected, because when they refer to science, they have to have in evidence a scientist or a scientific report. I would have objected immediately. Facts not in evidence, embellishing evidence. The state cannot quote an expert. They cannot quote. Now, they did have this
The state
mark,
trooper
yeah,
ballistic person.
person, but he really didn't testify about the possibilities regarding. He just this is how we found the gun, and this is how we did yada yada yada.
Well, we didn't even learn trajectories. I mean,
No.
beyond he pulled a shot or he missed and it went through. We didn't even learn, I mean, beyond articles, which way the bullet went through Kelsey to kind of get, okay, so it entered here, okay.
Well, the lower right, which and a couple of inches from the heart, and so yeah. So I do agree with Bradle. She got a new chance twice. She should have been dead twice over.
Yes.
And luckily, now she has had the help she needed, even though the prior judge did everything to make sure this wouldn't go to
Yeah,
trial.
that was the prior judge was something else, and I can't believe she was allowed to get away with as much as she did. I'm
Mm,
glad that they finally stopped her, but
mm,
it almost she almost had to become very blatant, and it's like,
mm,
what do judges have to do to get in trouble?
mm. Yeah, and I saw somewhere on X somebody is doing a show this weekend regarding that judge and the ex parte meeting with the
Oh,
parole officer. I cannot remember who would no, but I mean my feed on X that's just bloop, okay, gone.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Uh, I'm trying to bookmark and then I go into my bookmarks. Oh, I have 120.
Y yeah, yeah. And I think it's great that Kelsey is thinking about going back into law. I think she could be a
Yeah.
really great resource,
Yeah.
for other moms who maybe are in complicated situations or some other part of law. If, this is too
Mm,
sensitive and she can't do this, then
mm,
something else. I think
mm,
it's a really
yeah.
good that, yeah, your life can change and yeah, you
Mm,
can make even some pretty big mistakes,
mm,
but you can always move forward.
mm. Now, Defense Diaries had Carol Erskine on their show, which is she is a former Massachusetts juvenile court judge, now retired, and she was infuriated by judges' standards over how this entire case was handled by both by the judiciary and the police. And because even with this restraining order, there are still some
This is procedure.
safety. Yeah,
Well, that's why I didn't understand how all of them kept saying it was kind of standard procedure to have the restraining order E
yeah,
go to the restraining order protector.
yeah.
I didn't understand why
Mm,
n in our state, usually DCYF would be in this because
mm,
domestic cases are very, very
mm,
volatile. Why would you wanna have,
mm,
again, these 2 people who are obviously having issues come together?
mm,
It just doesn't make sense.
yeah. And over here, it is the social services, and if needed, they will bring officers with them if the situation demands it. But in domestic situations, cops are rarely, if ever, called by themselves. It is for the social services, and then hearing in the trial, they have access to
Y y
social workers on this precinct,
Yeah,
and they didn't.
they didn't do that. They didn't, you know, secure her weapons immediately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but again, 2 things can be true at the same time, but you can't
Mm.
tell me that you were seriously worried about her parking in a different area.
No,
You're
that's
hearing
just stupid.
you hear all of this, and
Mm.
then you don't go in and secure her weapons first thing.
Yeah.
It
You
it
can't be suspicious beforehand and then not secure the weapons while you are there. So most of what the testimony from the state all was okay. Let's see what we can say is what can we say? Everything was an afterthought, in my opinion. With yeah, she parked a bit away. Yeah, but then we heard why. Because
Yeah.
her fiance and her friends acted really, really weird.
Yeah, yeah, and again, I know that we're not quite sure what happened at the
Mm,
bridal shower, but it just seems odd that
mm,
everyone kind of went to Justin's side. Now again,
mm,
I don't know, like, the relationship dynamics or what, but
mm,
if Kelsey was the first one in their group to have, a child and
mm,
actually raise it, then maybe They were look,
You-
just get better friends, Kelsey.
Yeah, definitely get better friends. I don't know what happened on this bridal, but it seems like there was some kind of situation. Her problem is that everybody in there is now against her. That will be a problem when it comes to whatever story will be told in the custody battle.
Well, I think it's good that the probate lawyers were able to sit in on the trial. So I do think that's going to be helpful, and um, you know, wonderful work to Microdots and all that she's
Mm.
been doing, because I think that those tapes and that audio are really going to go a long way to showing exactly, how things were in that house.
Yeah, that I mean, and I didn't know to. I mean, I've been calling him a fuck twat for quite some time now, and well, he deserves more than that, because he's the mother of his child, his future wife. They had a NICU baby 5 weeks early. She went into PPD, and he just fucks off because he'd rather be high. I mean, what a fucking loser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard, but you can't make someone be a parent if it's not in them,
No.
unfortunately, and there are moms like that too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's infuriating. Because me and my, I've said this before, me and my Dan, we tried for years. Nothing wrong with either of us. We just weren't compatible. And we broke up because she really wanted to be a mother. And now she is. And and I was a wreck for a decade. And then you see this fucking loser. First time attempt with becoming a father, and he just fucks off, getting high.
yeah,
It's a personal insult
it
for
really
everybody who can't conceive.
it is so irritating. It's so irritating, those people, and then the people that hurt their children. It's
Yeah.
just like, you know what? We're not doing anything with Greenland.
Mm.
I say Geneva who? I'm not saying that if I become president, I'm making Greenland into the outdoor Hunger Games for criminals, but it's on the agenda list.
I mean, there's Survivor season 91.
It's
The criminal
entertainment.
edition.
It's entertainment, and it's fiscally responsible, because we will cure the national debt with super chats. Look, I may not be good at economics, but I can girl math the hell out of the economy.
Oh, look at that fucker trying to set fire to a pine cone. Oh, where did he got the pine cone? There's no trees on Greenland. Oh, he's trying to set fire to his own frozen poo.
I'm not come on, we'd have, like, survival matches between Daryl Brooks and Sarah Boone. We
Oh.
just leave a suitcase in the middle,
Hmm?
see who wins.
In one corner, Lori Wello. In the other corner, Sarah Boone. Let's get ready to run. I mean,
Hey, I am just saying, we have some debt, we have some people. Ooh, Daryl Brooks and Business. No one's leaving the ring.
with all their body parts. I mean, The business is giving him head. His own.
The business is going for the head. Oh, both heads. Oh, hell, she's back at it again.
Fort Brooks. Yeah.
I wish I could code because I would love to make a Mortal Kombat of the biggest douches of like, LawTube, like Sarah Boone with a suitcase. I just need to have computeral skills, which I don't have.
Yeah. Ask it. I mean, once AI is up there, I have so many ideas for it. Let's make a movie out of this.
Oh, good. I have a
Greenland
feeling
Survivor.
you and I are going to be on lists because what we make movies about.
Well, if they can make a Winnie the Pooh horror movie, I think we're safe.
Yes.
Have you seen that one?
I've seen like pieces and clips of it. Don't do drugs, Tilden. Don't do drugs.
That's yeah. Here it is. Here it.
Some
They
people
spend a
have
lot of
weird
money on
imaginations. Yes.
yeah. Money on makeup, not that much.
No. I mean, again, the fact that someone had this thought after taking a super strong bong hit and then got it made into a movie, God bless them.
Did they do a Steamboat Willie horror movie? Wow.
Oh no.
Steamboat Willie is going to Germany.
Steamboat Willie meets Mao. Stalin? Let's move forward.
Steamboat Willie joins the Red Khmers.
Oh no.
Welcome to Slightly Buzzed Show for ideas for movies that will never be released it will be direct to DVD.
Yes.
Steamboat Willie counts sparrows.
Now, I think it will be interesting to see if because I do foresee her maybe going after the police or maybe a civil lawsuit at some point. It will be interesting to see if her, admitting to having postpartum depression or anything was used against her in her job, because I do feel like maybe there was some animosity because, she got hired, she was new, and then in under a year she went to maternity leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is my area of law when it comes to labor and employment. And on occasions when people hire people and all of a sudden, boom, people get pregnant. And we have very, very good maternity benefits here. We have over a year of parental leave.
Oh,
where 30%, 30% mother, 30% father, and then the rest can be divided how the couple pleases. And we have, I believe it's about $100 a month per child up until the child is 18 or finishes high school, and stuff like that. And still low birth rates, by the way, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I also wondered if it was maybe because I do kind of understand it being an old boys club. I mean, so I was wondering if maybe there was more animosity because of, like she got hired on, they trained
Mm.
her, and then,
Yeah.
she's going on maternity leave. I didn't know if there was an extra layer due to that.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, it can be, but
It,
I mean, it
I mean,
seems like
it's more.
everybody in the precinct were happy for her at the time, at least.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Mm.
It, she was 20 weeks pregnant going on calls.
Mm.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, usually, or at least over here, I don't know how it is over in the state. Once a pregnancy is confirmed, that's desk duty, and
We might have different rules. I don't know.
yeah, but I mean, technically, I mean, she was about to marry in a large cop family and firefighter. You would assume everybody was good with it, and then drink. We're having a fundraiser, so it's not, folks. Okay, tail of the take, because we are having a fundraiser. Do I have that pre? I have to write a new banner. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Now, do we know when she is actually going to get to go to probate court to even start the custody stuff, or has that?
That has been on pause during this because they filed for all the custody. He filed for all 18 years of child support to be paid at once. So he tried to put a lien on the house sale that she needed for her defense. But I heard, I haven't confirmed this, but once they child support, because the child is technically is in his custody, their earnings were more or less the same. So he got like $25 a month. Oh, and now he's on leave.
Yeah. I was wondering about that, especially since there are allegations that he's in violation of, their policy. Also, who the hell let that man work with troubled teens?
Yeah. If you're high all the time, you might, that might be a bad idea. All right, folks. Fundraiser. $100 to Kelsey's fundraiser, confirmed with Santa Claus in donation. And $25 to me buys you a spin on the wheel of regrets. The last part is not necessary. It's just for the entertainment of it all. But the most important thing is that because this custody battle will take time and she will need money.
Yeah.
And she already has lawyer's bills.
Yeah.
So if you have it, choose her. If you
Definitely. Let's
Yeah.
get her with her baby and get them support and,
Yeah.
because
And
she still has a long walk ahead of her. We won one battle, but now she's got, getting her baby and getting time with him
her
back
lifetime
and
together.
yeah.
Yeah. She needs to have a job. And I mean, police work might be hard, even though that's her actual training. But maybe whatever county she moves to thinks, yeah, we'll take her in. But I don't know.
I don't know that she might not have she might not ever be able to go back to active duty with injuries
Mm.
that she sustained. I do hope that she furthers herself in law. I think she'd be
Yeah.
an excellent attorney, whatever she decides to go into. She
Mm.
was very poised.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could have been as poised as very honest and open about, "Yes, I made a horrible, selfish mistake." To have to say
Mm.
that, in front of court and be
Mm.
really honest about one of, your dumbest mistakes,
Mm.
that
Yeah.
takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, I agree. She might be done as an officer and science and science. She has 1 semester left of law school, I believe. Well,
Then kick butt, Kelsey.
yeah, kick butt. Absolute kick butt. Definitely. And but when it comes to going back, yeah, because now she has on the stand with what she said in court with the self-ending, with the PPD and the injuries. Yeah, I think she's done in as a cop. Oh, Marcy Cruz. What up, Nick and Mo? Just on filing taxes. Congratulations. I owe Kentucky
Yay.
$5. Yeah. I got back taxes this year. I'm furious.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
I don't know how you can be furious about this.
No, I don't get tax. I don't get a return.
Oh,
I have to pay
oh,
in. So
oh.
yeah, they
Isn't that kind of normal for you though, Nick?
no,
Oh,
no. I mean, with the loans we have on the farm, with everything, we can always deduct
fair
and
point.
everything. But I have on the farm for the major things we have. I mean, on it's in an LLC, and but for improving my living quarters, I have a personal loan. But the tax man said, "Nah, not approving that deduction." Fuck.
That's no
Yeah.
fun.
No. So I owe over $2,000 to the tax man. That's not fun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I have up until July 30th to pay, so I'm good. But it's still, nah, it's more fun when the money comes the other way because
Yes.
fuck do I get from my tax money? I mean, Denise, this is a crop farm, and but we lease the land to the big farmer in the area. So out of the 46 American acres, we have the barn and the house is at about 2.5 acres.
Oh, cool.
Mm. Mm. Wait, what? Mass School of Law. She went. Does not need LSATs. Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, that's awesome. And I think whatever she, chooses to do.
Mm. Yeah. David Trailer, thank you. When my son was born, he was in newborn ICU. The doctors were worried about him being away from my first wife and me for a short time. Can't imagine the damage being done in Kelsey's situation. The damage cannot be undone.
It can't be, but she can make new memories. And her little boy will know how hard she fought to stay with him and that
Yeah.
she inspired a lot of people.
Mm. Okay, let's see. That makes it that we have for the spin regarding money to me. Now we need, as I said, $100 confirmed with the words Santa Claus in the donation field, so we can confirm it, because I do. There's money pouring in from everywhere, so we need to kind of differentiate and But I might spin the wheel of regrets eventually anyways, because it's a slightly bust.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
Neuseller Schwarzbier. It's liquid bread.
I was gonna say, is it from Spaceballs, the Schwartz?
Oh. Yep. Something of that. Oh, maybe I should put the Gives and Go in the banner as well. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. There. That's equality. Thank you so much. Yes, getting tax refunds is nice, but that just means you overpaid throughout the year. Yeah. But I mean, it's different because it's money I haven't counted on, and all of a sudden I get more. Now it's money I have used, and now I have to. Oh fuck! I have to pay.
Yeah.
And I'm already pay. I mean, the farm is under one LLC, the channel is under another LLC, and so your when you donate to me, first YouTube takes their cut. Then the tax man takes their cut.
Oh no!
And then I have to file to get returned because I have costs. I mean, $350 a month in costs, and then the general deductions and yada yada yada. So it, and if I get anything left, I go on vacation to the United States or Canada.
Yeah, I'm actually. I was trying to figure out because Afro Man will be in, or no, I think I missed it. He was going to be in this week, and I was trying to figure out how to get anywhere, but all of the places that he was going to be in were about 2 hours away from me. And I'm an early riser, so it'd be about 8 o'clock and I'd fall asleep at an Afro Man concert. So, and I'm pretty sure that would not end up well.
Yeah. Somebody told me that Ian Ronkel was thinking about RVing around America.
Oh, that would be awesome sauce.
Yeah, that would be so fun to see his journeys. Now, I have driven through the United States and I've been RVing in the United States. Ian, with your back, do not under any circumstance take a camper van. You have to have an actual RV.
Yes.
With a bed that actually functions for your back. I mean, I had lots of fun in my camper van. But I mean, pushing myself into that camper van, that you know that the seat which you barely fit on, then you have to pull it out and it all transforms into a bed. And me inside, I mean, yeah, it was built on a Ford 150. So I mean, yeah, it's big. Yeah, I'm a huge individual.
Yes, get the real RV. Just
yeah. You need some what you can actually walk into. I crawled into that fucker because I have arthritis in my knees and ankles. I don't function that well. And this RV did not have this little stepping stool once you open the door. So, okay. Yeah. So here I am. I'm as balanced as a fridge, trying to climb into that thing and make a bed on top of that. Yeah. It was a show every evening on the RV, on the camping site. I mean, I'm quite sure my neighbors and their kids learned new curse words on that RV site. And it was warm as yeah. No. But I had a lot of fun. In retrospect, I mean, I know I had a lot of fun while being there. Same when I was driving
I
cross
couldn't
country.
see Runkle doing an RV. I could see him doing a tactical killdozer.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Mhm. Oh, now folks are gathering over at Rumble. Hello, Shadow Bear and Slimy Pop, and the rest of you guys over there. Hello, folks. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Horse farm. Hey, Marie Milner. Never treat horse people well with chat. No, they don't. Do you know how do you make 1 million having a horse farm?
Start with $1 billion.
Start with 2. Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, I know you can theoretically make money with horses, like if they run fast. I think.
Yeah, rent out for petting zoo. I mean, there's ways to make money out of horse ranching here in Sweden as well, but the taxman does not like it. I mean, taxmen all around the world really don't like people actually producing stuff that is necessary for people to survive.
No, it's almost like they're kind of antithetical to function.
Me and Ronkel doing that trip together.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Welcome to Nick and Ian. Today we are going to catch our own food while we drive.
That would be pretty funny. Just law tube across America. We'll get a big old tour van. We'll have a convoy.
Yeah.
Just a law tube convoy. And we'll drive around solving crime, meting out justice.
Yeah.
It'll be like Scooby-Doo.
I'm going. If I ever did if I relocate to the United States, or when I relocate, I'm getting myself an older type of pickup, and I'm having a fifth wheeler, and I'm going to paint that in my colors, and I'm going to go around covering trials in that.
Okay, I would pay money to go with you and Nick hunting Bigfoot.
Oh.
Legitimately, like, I think a bunch of us would pay money to go out, and I don't even like the woods, but I would pay money to glamp next to you guys hunting Bigfoot.
Naked and Afraid, the hunting season. Two of the whitest people alive in the woods with guns chasing
Bigfoot. Come on.
Chasing Bigfoot. I mean,
it's YouTube gold.
Yeah. I do believe that Miss Viking and Mrs. Ronkel would want a word in
Mr. Mo would just be like, you can bring her back or don't, she's mouthy.
Hi, Derek. Thank you so much. Oh, Derek has, I don't know how he did it, but you can support my channel on PayPal. And he did this monthly reoccurrence, which is really nice because on PayPal, I don't pay for money people send in. It's only when I take money out that I have to pay like a 3% fee. And yeah, that's amazing. Okay, let's see if anything has happened on the Give Send Go. Oh, there it is. J7 Santa Claus, $100. All right.
Woo-hoo. Thank you, J7.
Let's bring out the Wheel of Regrets. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you so much, especially for the fundraiser for Kelsey Fitz Simmons. Thank you. It is the Wheel of Regret. Oh, for the love of fuck.
Doggone it.
This wheel hates me.
It really does.
Now, there is good Canadian whiskey.
Nick just happened to not purchase it.
This is plastic bottle with a screw cork whiskey.
I love that the lid doesn't even let you lose it.
No, look at this. This is pure. This is made for alcoholics. Look at this. So people don't look.
You know, they know their clientele. You gotta love a company that knows their customer base.
Oh, and I bought this because the Wheel of Regrets hates me. So the Malort disappeared. It was the first thing that I had every damn Friday. Almost every time, the first spin, Malort. So that, I mean, I have bottles here that are still. I mean, look at this. I've still this much in another bottle that is also on the Wheel of Regrets. This is a good one. No. Let's fuck with Nick. Let's make him drink the bad stuff.
I have already said that Malort is a hate crime.
Yeah. And where's the fuck is Nick? We'll be a few minutes late. Yeah, but that was an hour ago.
It's Nick.
Late and yay. Almost home will be on in a few minutes. Get in here. That was 50 minutes ago. All right. Maybe we should check hospitals.
It's Nick time. He's like a wizard. He appears when he's going to.
Yeah.
Did he hire Tiger Woods to drive it? Okay. Can we oh yeah, take
first. It has this distinguished taste of turpentine and piss.
Yeah, I have a fun soda and I put sparkling water in it because they can say whatever fun flavor they've added to it, but it basically is yuck.
A Tiger Woods got a DOI. Canadian maple syrup. Okay.
Now, can we go ahead and pencil in that we are working on what I am coining the farewell to arms trial?
Yeah. Folks, for you who haven't heard about it, there is a person with no arms and no legs who has been charged with murder. And
I have so many questions.
Yeah. And I have to mow.
Did they handcuff him?
Yeah. Folks, it's not this guy.
We're going to hell.
This guy who is short. We're just having an example. For those who don't know, a person with no arms and legs.
You're all going to
We are all going to hell.
Also, can I be his pro se? Because I'd be like, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
We're going to hell. Yeah. Lord, I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm not. Look, it was funny. You made people funny. I just
Yeah.
noticed.
And speaking of trying,
Hey, what's up, guys?
hey, echo.
Oh, yeah. 1 second.
Uh,
There we go. That should fix it.
Ooh.
we were just going. Have you heard about the guy with no arms and no legs who is charged with murder?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The little chicken nugget slinging barbecue sauce, murdering people.
Yeah. Now, we wanted to show to the audience who might not know how a person with no arms and no legs looks. So,
We will swabble, but they don't fall down.
I can't wait for that trial, but I think it'll be short.
I heard his lawyer is very expensive. Cost an arm and a leg.
No, I just want to see the mental conundrum when the cops go up to arrest him and they have to handcuff him, and then they realize that that's because, honest to God, did they like duct tape him? I mean,
They just put the one cuff around his waist and the other cuff around an officer's wrist. Like, he just dragged him behind.
They just cuffed him to the belt. I mean,
well, no, because I was trying to think
They
of
just
how
put
I
him in
would
the little
react.
mace container. Here you go.
for everybody out there with a disability like this, it is funny.
Yeah.
I love that we're finally getting
I accept
diversity in
all
murder.
the hate, but in this specific
The
case,
Paralympics are not going to sponsor this trial.
oh, oh. Yeah.
That case, I like it. It has so many questions. It is like, how did you even get mad enough? Like, your whole life has been like this, and that set you off to murder? I don't know.
No, I'm just waiting
think
for
he's not guilty.
Judson Welcher using his elbows in blue paint.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Megan Fox showed a clip of the dude actually shooting. It's on Rumble at the end of the stream. So apparently, he has experience in shooting with no arms and no legs. But in this case, the fact that it doesn't have legs is not that important.
Right. Most of the time, I don't shoot with my legs.
No, I've seen on circus people shooting arrows with their feet, but I don't think that applies here.
I wish they would do that in the circus, but like this guy with like a 9mm or whatever. Like, what caliber gun did he use?
I haven't followed it, Mo.
I don't remember.
Was it a small
I-
caliber?
Look, Nick, honest to God, I saw the headline and I couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, God bless this timeline.
Yeah. What do you even do about it? It's like, well, this is funny. It's just, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Now, I do in my line of work, labor and employment, I represent a bunch of people who loses limbs. I mean, it comes
Right,
with
of
the
course.
territory. And I asked a friend who has, I mean, he has half an arm, and that's all he has. The other one is completely gone. About this case. And he just thought about it, and yeah, I can see it happening. I'm like, Really?
Yeah, I
How
guess
did he pull the trigger?
Yeah.
How did he pull
he
the
has a
trigger?
nubbin.
He has one of those little like.
He has like a nubbin.
I don't know how to say it without sounding horrible.
Yeah.
No, I even have
me
a
and
cripple
Mo,
pass
we have our disabilities, not nowhere near this, but
depends on who you talk to. We are either more. We are
mean,
either.
that guy rolls faster than I walk.
Yeah. Okay, if he takes Cialis, does he do a 3-legged race? I'm a terrible person.
No, it's a pogo.
He's Tigger.
Well endowed. I mean,
Maybe
The
that's
wonderful
why.
thing about blue pills. Blue pills are a wonderful thing.
Hey, it helps him. It helps him in cornhole.
Yeah, I bet it does. I have no doubt that helps him in cornhole. Me too.
All right. Now to make everything safe, secure, and less humor. Hi, Dave.
Hello. How we doing?
Oh no! It's my
Going
sworn
on?
enemy, MLS, coming into my chat being like, "I think Kelsey's guilty."
Oh, and he did that to you too?
Yeah.
He does
You know,
that.
when there's a he said, she said, someone's got to step up for the man. You know, it can't all be about the ladies.
No, I agree with
You
you.
know,
100%.
it was nice to see the guy from Up when his wife was still alive and he wasn't blowing up balloons. So
Right.
I say Noonan looked like Ed Asner from Up to me, only slightly more pissed off and younger. So when he was still, beating kids up for putting the, frisbees on their lawn
Right.
before he put all the 900 balloons on the house.
I'll tell you what, though, that the judge made the right call there. On that case, definitely. I was very skeptical when they forewent the jury and for the bench trial. But that was definitely the right move because you could see the judge was wrestling with this. And I saw you, Nick Staroff.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Rekieta covering the
Don't do that.
yeah, I didn't. I ignore Rekieta as much as I can. But when you were like, oh, he's praising the cops and doing this and that, and you were thinking that he was getting ready for a guilty verdict, I said, no. He's puffing them up to let them down. Exactly what was happening.
At the same time, with the amount of words of praise for cops, when he said, well, he is a cop, he testified to this, I find incredible. She is also a cop, she testified, I find her credible. If Kelsey hadn't been a cop, I believe he would have convicted her.
Well,
Yeah.
I think,
Maybe.
we tend to give credibility to public servants until they give us a reason to not find them credible. Like that, it's a weird. I don't necessarily agree with that default, but I think it's an easy truncation for people to just go to that. Like I want to, like the system demands almost that I believe cops, so I believe this cop until you give me a reason not to. And I don't think it's the judge that's limited to that. I think that's a very, very common. It's the, what do they call it? The uniform privilege. It's not just cops. Yeah. It's any civil servant. We just, for some reason, we assume. It's really funny with like EMTs and stuff. It's like, why do we assume any of these people are honest? There's no reason for them to necessarily be honest or dishonest, but we just automatically like, oh, they're in uniform normally and they work for the government. We believe them.
I mean, it's to the point where we have standard jury instructions regarding it, not believing officers just because they're officers more than other witnesses.
Right.
We have standard jury voir dire. Like you can understand, like if there's an officer testifying and a layperson testifying, like their credibility is at the same level. You get that, right?
Yep, and that's the appropriate instruction. I just for some reason like when I say we do this, it's like as a society, that's our psychology. It's to default to that.
it helps us work in large groups and organize in a hierarchical standard. So it is a shorthand for kind of behavioral standards, but it does need to be examined more closely in a courtroom. Yeah. The cops, just because you are a police officer doesn't mean you are inherently telling the truth or inherently honest.
Yeah.
The crazy
but
thing-
it's still the believe but verify. And when this cop testified that she disappeared out of sight, and then we saw where she supposedly disappeared, it's like, nah, man, no, find a better lie. That box is less than a foot from where you said you stood.
Nick, it was 15 feet, though. It's a long way. I mean, who among us hasn't missed in duck hunt?
I never missed in duck hunt. Not one time.
It's because Nick walked up to the TV.
I was
No,
this
that
far away
doesn't
from
work.
the TV.
That actually
not
doesn't work. I would know because I missed. No, the way those light guns worked is if you just like pointed in the general direction, you're doing okay.
It was fascinating technology for like 1986. It was just amazing that worked.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna make a grid appear when the trigger is pulled, and it's gonna see the grid, and nobody else will see it because it's too fast. Like, whoa, good idea.
I mean, just look at that. I still have it up here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when I took you shooting.
Yeah, when they
Most
took me
of
shooting.
those towards the center are mine, by the way.
No. But you were closest, but most were mine. I
Can
have
we
the-
also...
Another reason why I want to relocate to the United States. I want to do that more often.
My wife is screaming every time I say, like, "Hey, Nick's talking about moving to the U.S. again." She's screaming at me, "He better not move here. He doesn't realize how good he has it in Sweden."
Yeah, but we
Don't
don't
It's
listen
like,
to
do you
women.
know what he's going to lose? The pension, the health care.
Yeah, but we don't have the First Amendment here.
Yeah, that's what I
And-
keep trying to tell her.
And I give this as an example. I'm sure my audience have heard it, but not everybody. Last year, July 1st, it became illegal to insult a public what do you call
Official.
it? A civil servant.
Oh, I would be in jail immediately.
As they convicted a 16-year-old for calling a cop a cocksucker. That was reversed on appeal because since there were more than one cop around him, they could not determine which one he called a cocksucker.
Yeah,
But it's still illegal.
The one with the dick in his mouth. That one.
The one with $20 extra in his wallet.
Yeah, but it's still illegal. That set the boundary. Yeah, if there is a group of call and you scream cocksucker, singular, yeah, they can't. But one-on-one, yeah, that insult is.
So
now
Nick
case law.
basically just wants to call cops cocksuckers, and that's the whole reason he's going to move to the U.S.
God, I respect that so much.
I mean, you heard my.
Are you moving to
streets.
New York or Florida? That's the big question.
Freedom dong.
I'm looking at closer to the Appalachians. That's
And
my
you'd
people.
fit in there.
Yeah, that's my
Nashville.
people.
Everybody lives in Nashville. God, I want to move to Nashville so much.
Really? I'm going to be down in Knoxville in June.
Knoxville's cool. There's only one thing I don't actually want to live in Tennessee because the strip clubs there are terrible. Like they're restricted in really weird ways. They like
Like,
can't.
is it only bikini clubs?
They can like take their clothes off, but not if they touch you. And if they like are taking their top off, they literally have to be at like a certain altitude. Like the stage can't be too high. They can't be too high on the pole. Like it's all sorts of stupid rules.
You want them to touch you?
The strippers?
Yeah.
That's the most fun part of going to strip clubs is
That's
getting
how you
touched by the
that's
strippers.
how you catch stuff.
You don't have them touch
Gonorrhea.
you like with their genitalia on your genitalia.
I don't care. You got to catch a fever of something there.
We're not going to talk about it, okay? Wait, who says I'm the one catching fevers and not handing them out?
Okay, so question for the lawyers. If I take a roll of quarters and make it hail, is that considered assault or just hilarious?
Isn't there a case involving that? I feel like there's a case. I've heard that somewhere.
Holy crap, has someone actually tried that other than
Oh
me?
my God, yeah. You
Yeah.
when you got that's called couch day at the strip club. That's you're not allowed to use bills. You can only find stuff you find in your sofa. Here's 38 cents and 9 paper clips, bitch.
Here's the coupon for a Frosty.
Flutters down to the stage.
the little value pack coupons just flutter down.
Someone said in chat, going over to Windsor. We used to do that. Windsor's really loose with their regulations on the strippers. Alcohol, full nude, on top of you, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's Windsor.
Yeah, I mean that's like everywhere I've been except Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville just sucks. That strip club was terrible. They have a Netflix special about it, and I watched that, and I was even depressed watching that.
Really? They have a net. It's that bad that they have a.
Oh,
whole
they did the
Netflix
funniest
special.
thing I've ever seen at this strip club while I was there, though. That's true. I've never seen anything that they made a picture, and Lady Raggets would not let me buy it. It made me so mad. They had all the strippers come up, and Nashville's full, like, Tennessee does allow full nudity, tops and bottoms, but you got to bring your own liquor. So anyway, they got all these girls up on stage completely naked, and they had one other girl paint all of their lady bits, right? And then they got a canvas out, and they stamped down, like all of the strippers stamped
like a
their
potato
vagina down on the canvas. And I was like, this is the greatest piece of modern
They
art.
call it Ode to Arby's.
They should have. If my wife would have let me spend $200, they would have. But no, she was
know
like, "You
what?
cannot buy that."
I approve
That's better than ping
$200
pong
for
balls.
Ode to Arby's.
I was so mad. I was like, "Please let me buy that." It's too funny. Like, I'm not like gonna fall in love with the stamps. Like,
All you
just
have
let
to
me
do
buy-
is like, if you don't want me to buy it, that's fine. Let's just go home and recreate it. We'll bring some neighbors over.
I don't know if I want my neighbors looking at that photo, that painting.
No. The other neighbors will help you and your wife recreate it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, got it. No, that makes more sense now. Now it's okay. I'm with it.
That's a weird barbecue invite, like BYOB
And then
plus
you put-
acrylic
then you
paint
put all
plus
of it
no
in-
underpants.
Instead of the 1980s and everybody's key in the bowl, you have everybody's hahoo on a spinning wheel.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just
No,
throw a
that's
That's
dart
gonna make
later,
a
and
really
that's the one you
weird
take home.
charcuterie board somewhere.
I'm going to MLS's house to try this.
Yes.
Do not get the slit with the green stuff on. No. Yeah, we were talking about
BYOB.
we were talking about Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and now when you are all here, let's talk about what a fucking loser her ex is.
Oh my God, what a pussy.
Oh, what a twat.
What a fucking wanker. What
You know,
a wanker.
We would have all been okay if his mother had just swallowed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One of the things that I think went past a lot of people that are watching it for the criminal trial is that she is going to have a huge uphill battle with the custody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because as I was saying in some chats, I don't know if I said it in everyone's chat, I said she's in the position where she has to say, I'm an unfit parent because I tried to unalive myself, or I'm an unfit parent because I shot a cop or tried to shoot a cop. And either way she comes out of it, it's going to be a horrible uphill battle in the custody thing. And she has two hands tied behind her back and everything else going against her.
The one thing I would say is if her testimony remains consistent, that she can, I think, mitigate the fact that she tried to unalive herself with exactly what was going down, and going with the concept that not only was this happening, but this is happening improperly. This wasn't a properly done restraining order. And I think she could even have the judge in that case take judicial notice of the testimony about the restraining order from this case. And that judicial notice includes things like it wasn't really normal to have a restraining order delivered with the alleged victim present. She got shot. I think they could take judicial notice of that. But I mean, this her status at the time where she was a danger, that seems to be long over. The conditions are hyper acute and are now a part of an official record. They can be brought in and say, look, she was going to unalive herself. We know that was going to happen, but that was going to happen because of the service, not because of her general mental state. And the testimony was that she didn't feel like that until they were taking her baby, they're taking her dog, she's watching her career go away, and they're going to section her. And so that all postdates the RO. And I think that's their critical thing, is that restraining orders, when you go to litigate them and vacating that order, those occur at the moment that the restraining order is petitioned. That's when the conditions for the restraining order happen. Anything that happens after that, showing like that stuff should be removed from the equation. And I think she's got a good basis to do that.
Well,
I would
and
agree, but I still think she's going to have to get a psychological evaluation as part of this.
Well, but she probably was going to have to do that anyway to show that she was a fit parent.
I think she probably already had one. Well, I'm sure she's had maybe not a full psych eval, but at least a diagnostic assessment that included a chemical use assessment as part of the restraining order, or at least while she's sitting around in jail. And unless they can show her to be a repeat alcoholic, and we don't know those facts, right? Like that could be.
Yeah. And what speaks for her is they kept all, I mean, if I remember correctly, they have over 200 instances caught on video on Justin sneaking out to smoke pot.
Is pot illegal in
baby at home, and he can't stop smoking pot.
Is it illegal in Massachusetts? Not that it makes a difference when you're supposed to be caring for a child, but it might.
I believe it is illegal for him to be an active duty firefighter due to town ordinance. I believe,
Right.
But I could
That's
be
the
wrong.
big one.
And if he is on leave, I don't know if he's on leave with or without pay. I assume it's with pay. But let's say they find him, off you fuck. Now he has no income
with Massachusetts and their public servants. Massachusetts seems to have a huge problem with their public servants just across the board.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good week for them in the headlines. Is it a hellmouth or is it something of the Stephen King variety? Are you on top of a pet cemetery? I mean,
you have the cop pedos, you have the cop murderers, you have the cop everything, you have the Sandra Birchmore case. I mean, not a good.
I think there's something to the age of New England. New England being the oldest part of the United States, formalized anyway, right? There's a lot of tradition and stuff baked in, and the rest of the country moves on. We see it, at least that's the impression I get from television shows, which is completely accurate in all things. But you see in New England, like this idea of ongoing corruption. You see that happening anywhere that there's a port. Obviously, you have the port unions, which kind of keep this cycle of poverty. I think it was The Wire season 2 really kind of like went into that, where it's like they're giving these guys 10, 15 hours of work a week. And it's like, oh, don't worry, the union's going to turn around. They're all getting exploited like crazy. But it creates this almost like this gang effect, this familial protection circle. And it's not limited to dock workers and the unions. I think it goes into civil service unions. I think it goes into, we saw in Karen Reed, like how broad the tendrils of corruption can go, all the way up to a judge who's, also coaching Little League or whatever for people who are going to be in court in front of her. It's crazy. I don't think that's what it was. Cannoni did something. I can't remember. But
I can't see her coaching anything.
there was just something
couching everything.
There's just something she was in, which would be like innocuous involvement, except that it involved the children of all of the people, like all of the McAlberts and stuff like that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
called her Auntie Bev.
Now we know why Turtle Boy was charged when he went to the football game and was questioning the McAlberts about it. The judge was right there.
Yeah. And then you have the judge in the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case, or the prior judge.
Oh, she was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Holy
went
shit.
to the parole officer, tried to get that poor guy to say she violated her bond. And when he refused, she reported him to whatever control office they have. And I mean, seriously? What's going on? I don't.
Yeah, that's all
Ever
kinds
since
of
I
bad
learned-
levels and stuff.
Yeah. Ever
Is
since
there
I
nobody
learned-
overseeing them? Is there no judicial tenure committee or anything that's like, hey, maybe we should look into these actions of these judges?
You'd
Yeah, I
think
guess-
there should be somebody, but then
the Attorney General, I assume.
but then we watch it and you go, watching the Karen Reed trial, you're watching Cannoni be corrupt in real time. Like I have no problem saying that. Come at me, Bev. Anyway, no, like I have no problem saying you're watching corruption play out in the court. She lost damn near every objection. They lost damn near every motion in that case, and they had some of those motions. It's like, how could you possibly exclude this? How could this be out of this case? How can you not be analyzing this and say that there's a fair trial? And no, I think. Yeah, it's wild to watch, and we don't think of it because if you're not in that environment. But have you guys noticed how many times you see people in your chats and stuff saying, "Yeah, you just don't understand Canton, you don't understand North Andover, you don't understand blah blah blah." And it's like, no, I don't. I don't live in that at all, and thank God.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it, and
Too many Irish.
Well, that's just true. Always.
But most of the Irish are part Scandinavian, and because my ancestors
Killed
went
all
over
the
there.
other ones.
Yeah, we took the good-looking ones and look at the Irish people now. Have you seen the Brits? Yeah.
No, I try not to look at British people at all. No, thank God.
My ancestors did not bring home the ugly ones.
takes a lot of pillaging to make Bella Hadid. And God bless you all.
Yeah, it's 1,000 years ago. Get over it. I think the statute of limitations.
No, Nick, I
has
demand
run out.
reparations. Look at my paleness. There was
That's only-
Stando in here.
To be fair, that's only halfway to the Elder Scrolls 6 release, so 1,000 years isn't that long anymore. It used to be a long time. Now it's not.
LMP says, I realize my roots aren't Irish. I'm Scottish. You're Scandinavian. Not by choice. Most of Northern Europe, you're all Scandinavians with some influx of randoms.
Random.
They were very good at what they did back in the day.
Well, I don't come from Northern Europe, so part of me does, but the rest of me is all Mediterranean, so I'm good.
Which part?
The lower half.
Mazel tov. Or hopa.
Oh,
The important part, Nick. Oh.
they have 10,000 kids. There's bound to be some crossover. What?
Me and Nick or
Speaking of
Good.
like horrible judges, did you guys see the what the juror had to say on the Afro Man trial?
No, I haven't
well,
watched it
I
yet.
haven't
want
watched
to.
that
Yeah.
yet. I want
No,
to.
well, I didn't watch it all, but apparently the judge came back to the jury and after the verdict and said, like, what could I have said differently? What could I have explained in the jury instructions that would have changed the verdict? And they're like, like nothing. We didn't think like he should be punished for the things that he was saying. And and someone had mentioned about like, well, maybe the videos will stop now that this case is over. And the judge said that, did you see that guy out there that, like cocky SOB? He's not stopping or anything. It's something along those lines. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
But you could see it during the trial. You knew that the judge was anti Afro Man during the trial.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that guy was terrible. He's
Yeah.
sitting there. Now, jurors, here's why I did this. And only doing that to Afro Man's lawyers. It's like, you literally just sustained the same objection the other way. And he's like, no. Now, why I did it in this case is blah, blah, blah. This is highly improper. Highly improper.
And before trial even started, he talked about the different charges, and then it's I see here that the prior judge, for some reason, dismissed the 2 first charges, and I'm like, what?
The 2 counterclaims, right?
No, the first 2 charges, I don't remember the exact, but the 5 charges. 1, 2, and then 4. 1, 2 disappeared before trial. 4 and 6 disappeared during trial, including whatever's. And then his counterclaim, this judge, just the day before trial or Friday before trial, he dismissed the counterclaim.
That was nutty.
I don't know what his counterclaim was, but I have to imagine it's something like abuse of process or something along those lines.
Something of this. I don't remember what it was. Please pay my gate motion or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, those cops were just whiny little bitches throughout.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
They were.
that case, the best thing that came out of that case, it sucks that he had to go through it, but just to see those cops being like, he called me pound cake and it upset me.
Yeah. He said he slept with my wife. Okay,
Dude.
but that's not true.
Well, did
I
he?
don't know.
Yeah.
That's the best
Your
answer.
wife isn't actually like having sex with Afro Man, is he? I don't know. You
Yeah,
don't
we talked
know?
about the non-defense of the wife. Like I captioned him like, "Dude, where's my wife?"
So first of all, the fact that you say, I've been married for 20 years, I love my wife, we're the greatest together, and I don't know if she's sleeping with Afro Man is bad enough. But you do understand, like in a defamation case, you need to allege that the statement is untrue. And if you say, I don't know, then it might not be an untrue statement, right? You get that?
Well,
Yep.
I have some questions. They were together since like middle school, but she has 2 biracial children. Something
Well,
isn't
there was
mathing
a
here.
there was a spring break
Adoption.
involved.
Yeah,
There was a
adoption.
spring break there. Yeah.
Yeah, adoption.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did. He went.
Yeah,
through,
he
like, he's got,
adopted
like-
Afro Man's kids that he had with his wife.
He didn't say they adopted. He'd say he adopted. Yeah.
That's right.
That was the funniest thing. And y'all, I was trying to play the videos for Mr. Mo because he's like, what in the hell are you giggling about? And my youngest, most feral, kept coming in and out of my room as I'm trying to play the Lisa song.
Licking low, Lisa.
Just
Oh.
like,
Not
Should be
safe for
played
work.
in elementary schools everywhere.
Yes.
This is what happens if you lie about people. They make songs that are funny.
And
You know, the police, they're appealing, right? I assume. Is that what I heard?
there's rumors, but nothing filed so far. But I remember
They're gonna
Paul,
get cooked
Lisa,
on that
whatever her
appeal.
name is, and I was doing something, writing some notes down or something, and then they started asking her questions, and then she answered, and I was, what? What just happened? Was that a woman? I mean, could have fooled
She
me.
was a roadie for REO Speedwagon in the 80s, is all I know.
Is that real?
No, but that's
Oh
my
God!
headcanon.
I would have bought it immediately.
That's my headcanon. I try to stay, I have verisimilitude in my headcanon.
Mm.
So you can imagine all the things that I'm
Mm.
imagining those people doing.
Mhm.
Dude,
Yeah.
all I
And-
can imagine her doing is like laying bricks, helping out pouring steel at the foundry. Like I can't
Now,
imagine
I'm
anything
sure
feminine.
she's been bullied throughout because of her deep voice, which she claims she has not had all her life. I'm sure she has been bullied for it. Yeah, but
What's
then
funny
you became
is-
a cop.
She has the deep voice, and that guy
Mm.
cop has like the most high pitched voice. I don't know. It was just highly
Mm.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Which
What-
cop?
The first cop to testify.
Oh yeah,
He had that
The
high
guy that
pitched
was
voice.
cross-eyed,
The
I
little
told
guy who
him-
looks like every character I don't trust in a cop drama.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
I labeled him the last child left behind. He was the one that George Bush just left behind. George W. Damn it. Just couldn't
Mm.
get him.
Dude,
Yeah.
how
The poor guy who changed departments and got a promotion. Oh, poor you! After your brother molested children,
Oh,
which he
Yeah.
apparently had no idea about.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about that.
That
The-
guy,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, I love he's like, my brother, yeah, we don't talk much.
He's got something. I don't know what he was charged with or what he was convicted of, but there's something out there, I'm sure.
So stupid. So stupid. But I know Katnott Williams had another juror. She sent, here's my 30 questions, and they answered all of them. And that juror did not apparently feel that the judge tried, especially afterwards, tried to inflict or persuade them or anything. So,
Well, okay, and that's fine. But there you go, people. Two different jurors that had two very different outcomes from the
Mm.
exact same conversation. This is why
Yeah.
jury trials are so scary to begin with.
mm. Yeah,
Yep.
you never know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you listen to the closing statements between the Commonwealth and the defense, they were obviously watching a different trial because I don't remember the science ever being called.
Oh,
The science?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You mean we are back on Kelsey now?
Yes.
Oh,
well,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay. Yeah. When he started, science says, and I said live on stream, I'm objecting. They had one ballistics guy up there saying basically nothing. Yeah, we found stuff. But once you argue science, oh really? Which expert did you call for that specific? No. You can't argue science when you never call a scientist.
Yep, that was crazy.
Was there an
Um,
objection to that?
Yeah, the
Sort of.
well, the defense attorney, he objected to the entire closing argument effectively. And he's like,
Everything
look,
that guy said is bullshit.
yeah, but he did it well. And the judge gave him time to do it and then admonished him for taking the time to do it, which was hilarious. But the judge is like, no, levy your objections here in open court and I'll give him a chance to respond. His objections are like, you can't mischaracterize evidence and you can't introduce something that's not in the record. And the judge is like, well, this sounds like a rebuttal argument. It's like, nope. It
I
sounds
did
like
hear
an
that comment.
objection.
Yeah.
It sounds like an objection to a very improper close, and the state's attorney's close was improper. I don't care what anybody says. It smelled improper while he was doing it. It's like, this is wrong. And I'm like, there should be objections going on here, but maybe he's just not gonna. And then afterwards he says, Judge, we need you at sidebar. Like, you could tell he was seething mad about that close. And
Can we also get all prosecutors to not play with weapons during their closings?
that would be good. That was uncomfortable.
Good Lord. I was like, one of you bailiffs, just tackle him. Just tackle him, bailiff.
I feel like that's a holdover from the OJ trial. Like we're gonna play with the items, you know. I think they did that a lot in OJ, and then afterwards you see it everywhere, like the Rittenhouse case, and you know,
the Murdoch case.
Yeah,
where he
the
said
Murdoch case.
tempting. Oh, funny. Yeah, not that clever.
What's funny is every one of those people would make every one of the people who do this would make the argument that anybody grabbing these guns needs to like follow this gigantic set of rules outside of the courtroom. And it's like you can't do this. You can't point them at people. You got to clear the chamber and all this stuff. And they're just like, oh, and they're just pulling triggers left and right. They're like, listen to it, click, 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 click. This is awesome.
I know. I was like, okay, Yosemite Sam, I'm gonna need someone to tackle
He's
you.
waving it around.
For the love of.
Wait, speaking of the Murdoch trial, by the way, did you guys listen to the Supreme Court oral arguments on that case?
Yeah, the Georgia
I think-
or South Carolina or whatever.
Yeah, Georgia, right? I can't remember.
I think it's South
Georgia.
Carolina.
Whatever it is. I think he's got to get a new trial.
Yeah,
I
I think
he
should. I thought he
Yep.
should, like halfway through that trial. But
Okay.
I think he's going to actually get a new trial. I might break out the live streaming again to cover that one.
yeah.
Yeah, that
I
oh, go ahead, Mo.
Are they going to separate it between the financial and the murder so that we have, or do we need the financial for the motive, somewhat in the Canero trial
The
way?
The financial was supposed to be segregated out from the murder. And then the judge in that Murdoch trial, who had some questionable decisions, will say, he said that the door was kicked open and then suddenly we got 3 more weeks of trial. It was horrible. It was horrible. Oh, God, I hated that because then it got way more boring.
I can't.
But no,
math.
that was one issue. But the main issue, of course, is this clerk, the clerk who is making comments to the jury. And the standard, as far as I can tell, is that if it's if it is probable that a statement was made, and it's probable that a statement could have been that statement could have been heard by the juror, and then finally that statement could influence a reasonable juror. That is the standard. And if that happens, boom, mistrial. And that's it. That almost unquestionably happened in Murdoch based on the testimony that we have.
One of the statements that was made by one of the justices was something like, how do we square all of that Nick just said with confidence in the outcome of this trial? Or something along those lines. They expressed a concern about the confidence in the outcome, because that's the fundamental thing. Like we, as a society, want to have confidence in the outcome of our judicial proceedings. And if you can't have confidence, then the only thing to do is to reset this and start over.
Yeah.
It would be. I think he's going to get a new trial. I think they're going to take their time and word it correctly, but I think he's going to end up getting a new trial.
I think his attorney did a really good job presenting the case.
Yeah.
And laying out the very obvious problem. And it seemed like the justices were on board pretty much from the start. They seemed to understand this concept, and they're looking for the state's attorney to give them a reason to say, no, everything was fine. And the state's attorney didn't seem to have a way to do that.
No.
Because it wasn't fine.
The state's attorney knew that it wasn't fine, just did not want to upset the apple cart, but knew that was bad.
And the case law they are relying on, at least the defense, to getting a new trial, is a case, if I remember correctly, was about a bailiff who just said something in passing. That was enough, because it's not that it would or it could. It is the appearance that it could.
Well,
so it's an extremely low standard.
Because no one knows what goes into their decision-making process. Right now, I want a roast beef and cheese omelet with jalapenos in it. Like, that's real. That's true. I don't know why. I don't know what about my day makes me today want a roast beef, jalapeno, and cheese omelet. But I know that I do want that. If I went back to my day, I could maybe identify points like, oh, yeah, you were driving by Arby's and you saw... that was a joke. that
Well,
I'm
if
not
you're
gonna
thinking
say.
about roast beef, maybe you were talking to
Exactly.
your wife.
Well, okay. No, how dare you? I was at Arby's. And her name is Michelle. No, I'm just, but, no, it's, so you never know what goes into your
Yeah.
decision making. So therefore you can't, and this is part of the argument before the Supreme Court was, basically they had made statements that they might have been influenced or might not have been influenced. And should those come in was the question. And that it was like, well, it doesn't matter what they think about them coming in. That's not the question. The question is, were the statements made? And could those statements influence a reasonable juror? Undeniably, the answers are yes, whether or not the court will agree. And if that's the case, how can you have a court that is that has a critical officer with access to the jury, who, by the way, was taking rides home with the jury, like Uber rides and stuff like that? And so it's like she has access to the jury, we have testimony that she is making statements. How can you say that that's a trustworthy system when she has a financial interest and she stated the financial interest? Like, guilty verdict means better money for me. Get in that lake house, baby. It's like,
Yeah. Court clerks should not go after beach houses and yachts. That's for lawyers.
Stay in your lane, clerks.
That is why I'm so hoping that, because, folks, AI is entering or have been entering the judiciary for quite some time now, and it's same over here. We're having huge issues with it because even in my area of law, labor and employment, all of a sudden, yeah, of course we can have this contract written by an AI. And then they present it to me and I'm like, what the fuck is this pile of garbage?
I can't. What was that case where they just had the AI generate a court order and the prosecutor who drafted the order threw it back on the court and said, no, the judge put that in. I can't remember what this case was, but
it's
question about it.
Yeah, I know which one it is because it's Happily Angry Lawyer is Jim Rubishaw.
Yeah, so the
Hannah Payne.
Yes, Hannah Payne. Yeah, they're like, when we pulled up this judicial order that was entered after the verdict, there was a bunch of stuff in here that doesn't really exist. Was this written by you? Well, everyone says it was written by you, and that there's a bunch of AI in this stuff and made up cases that we can't find. And she's like, no, I did draft it, but I didn't have that stuff in it. That was the court that added that. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's been up in Georgia, so Georgia Supreme Court.
Yeah, that was why I was thinking Georgia Supreme Court.
Yeah, but Georgia is Georgia. I mean, I covered the YSL trial for over 2 years. I mean, it's a clusterfuck.
That's insane, though. First of all, to have AI generated non-existent cases cited in a judicial order. It's like, who dropped the ball? Did the prosecutor draft it and the judge just rubber stamp it and nobody actually looked at the order before they entered it? It's ridiculous.
The judicial clerk got yelled at right before that order needed to come out. It was like, I'll fucking show you. Looks like your name's on a Chat GPT order, asshole. Tell me you want pastrami on your sandwich again.
Yes.
This is exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Well, you guys, I have to run because I have another stream to do, but it was awesome to be here. Keep donating for Kelsey, and I will see you guys as I eat horrible ramen tomorrow.
Is this a fundraising stream?
Yeah.
Oh.
horrible ramen. What's wrong? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I can't drink because I'm a lightweight. So basically, like
So
one
am I.
spin on the wheel, and I'd be, calling courts like Dave. So I got cursed
Done it
ramen
once.
flavors. What?
I've only done it once.
Done it one time.
It's herring and chili. No, I don't
Herring
know.
and chili
That's
is
awful.
your
No,
ramen.
I've got pumpkin pie, Thanksgiving dinner, and let's see, lemon pepper and buffalo ranch wings. I really do think that they're trying to kill us people in Indiana because they keep sending these cursed flavors out to our Walmart.
That's
sounds
disgusting.
Horrible.
I think it's a revenge because we are trying to kill you with high fructose corn syrup. You're welcome.
Mhm.
I'm okay
Bye,
with
you
it.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. Now,
I don't have a
Yeah.
bottle of Prosecco, so I'm not calling the court right now. We're good.
good. Now, let's get back to Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And have you
Yeah,
heard
let's
the
look at
audio?
pictures of her and stuff. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Have you heard the audio?
Do you have
Her
an
ex
OnlyFans?
being a bitch.
No, I saw the link to it, but I was busy
Oh.
earlier. So, but let's
Yeah,
hear it.
let's hear it.
You're such a fucking terrible person. All I came up here to do is to fucking be with you and maybe fucking have any
Maybe fuck
indication of
you?
fucking kissing it. Nope.
Kissing
You're-
me.
you're
You
such a
came up
bad
here
person.
to yell at me.
Came up here to yell at you. You're fucking terrible.
I know
You're
the issue. I
yellow
know the
shield.
issue.
Thank you. You
This man is totally deep in the closet, unwilling to admit it, and that's where he's get his rage from and all of this stuff. He's just angry at himself in the situation that he hooked up with a woman that he's not attracted to because he likes the sausage.
Because he likes wieners.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, listen to his voice here in the beginning.
You're such a fucking terrible person.
Right?
What makes her so out of context?
You're
What makes
such
her
a
terrible?
fucking person. You can hear the flamboyance in his voice.
She definitely can.
Now look, like relationships can get complicated. When the Crowder stuff came out, for example, it's like you never want to be judged on the worst you sound in the middle of a fight, right? But this doesn't sound like the middle of a fight. It's just like, God, you're so fucking bad. So
Yeah, this is definitely a one-sided fight right now. And that's what I think her
Right.
response is. It's like, what are you talking about? You showed up here to yell at me.
And maybe she's keeping it cool because she's recording, and she
Is
knows
she
she's
the-
recording.
Is
No,
she
I
the
have no
this,
idea.
This is
reporter?
audio from their
From their home surveillance camera. Oh
Yeah.
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 So they both know it's recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they know like somewhere, but like, have you had to deal with that a lot, MLS?
With
in
what?
in family law, like a bunch
Oh.
of surveillance recordings, because they know that they're recording, but they forget about 20 minutes after those things get turned on that
Yeah.
they've been running.
That's true. And I do, because Michigan is a one-party consent state. And so I tell people when there's like hostility during like parenting time exchanges and stuff like this, or any other encounters, I always tell my clients, I say, turn your phone on, record it, stick it right here, like wear like a flannel and stick it like so it looks like a body cam. And then at the very least, you're being recorded. So you're going to be on your best behavior. But because a lot of times people will forget that they're being recorded, or at least should suspect that they are.
Yeah.
And I always tell them too, remember, they're always recording. And
yeah.
anything that's recorded is going to be played in court.
Yeah.
So,
And I say-
but
I say
but
the same
people
to my
will
members. Always assume you're being recorded.
Yeah. So that's
But
true.
it-
He might not remember that he's being recorded, and she might not either at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get used to it. You get used to the idea of having cameras. Again, once you hit record, or once you plug them in and they're set up, and you walk away from them, you forget they exist most of the time until they're
Yeah,
pointed
I
out.
have cameras, and I completely forget that they exist
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I didn't have cameras in my house. It probably would have captured a lot of illegal activity that would have been really bad.
Allegedly.
Alleged illegal activity.
Let's see here. Ariana. Nick doesn't seem to believe me. Checking out little Woody on the stand is a worthy endeavor. Do you agree Nick is totally selling himself short? You haven't seen Woody on the stand in the YSL trial?
I have not.
It's too confusing having two Nicks here. That's all I'm going to say.
It's true.
No, but I'm the Nick who can legally drink.
That's also true.
Drunken Nick. Drunken
Yeah.
Nick. There you go.
No, I'm sure I've showed you it. But Little Woody is the guy who.
I think we watched a little tiny bit of it.
Yeah, but I mean the entirety of it is amazing because it started with the previous judge, Chief Judge Glanville.
Mm-hmm.
Woody entered the stand as an uncooperative witness, so he had been in Rice Street the entire weekend.
Oh, I had told the judge. This is the judge that has the service animal, right? Like the emotional support animal. So I had a conversation with the judge just on Wednesday in chambers, and we were talking about animals in the courtroom, and I was telling him that there's this judge in Georgia that has an emotional support dog with him at the bench, and the judge that I was talking to said, I don't know if he should be a judge if he needs an emotional support animal.
Yeah,
like, I feel like there's a lot of red flags there. Yeah, there are.
Yeah, and Woody takes the stand. He gets the initial question: "What's your name?" Yeah, and he says his name. Yeah, "What's your age?" And he says adult.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
And then the prosecutor says, "Okay, I mean, in how many years?" And he looks at the prosecutor. He
Counting on his
sum up the judge, and then he says, "I plead the fifth."
Yeah, okay, I did see that one.
And then it was a 3-week endeavor, which ended with, well, first he tried to, the judge tried to get Mr. Steele in contempt of court. Both, he mistook civil for criminal contempt, so he held him in criminal contempt until he answered the judge's question about who squealed to you about this ex parte meeting I had with the prosecution.
Yeah. That okay. I never remember who's attached this, but I remember this event.
Yeah.
Because it was so insane to read the headlines of judge calls emergency meeting for person like to figure out who snitched. It's like, wait, you're the guy that they're supposed to snitch to.
Yeah. And Mr. Steele, when it was ordered, you're being held in contempt because you didn't answer my question. Okay, so he removes his jacket, and then he asked the judge, Your Honor, can I be placed in the same cell as my client so we can work at the same time?
Baller.
And everything. And 3 weeks later, judge is gone. New judge arrives, and then Woody takes the stand and starts to testify, and it's funny.
She was a breath of fresh air. That judge. It was so good.
Yeah.
I have a really critical moment in the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case pulled up and ready to go. If you want to just share my screen real quick, this is important.
Oh,
all right, here we go.
I think Nick likes Bob.
Not guilty.
Yeah. Yep.
Hands down. I knew it from the start.
Oh. Yeah. Ariana,
so is she? So I understand. Like she's kind of broke right now.
How old are you? Grown.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I'm an adult. I mean,
who was that the other day where The lawyer said grown at like he said you're a grown ass man like in court. It was beautiful. It might have been in the Afterman trial. No, I think it was in Richens. It was like you're a grown ass man. I was like, wait, what? Like that was weird to say for a lawyer.
Sometimes you
but I
got to
love it.
remind people that, though, you know.
Oh. All right, but
All right,
let's
so
see,
Kelsey though, she had to sell her home, right? And
Yep.
Yeah.
she's got some financial issues. Is she bringing a civil suit for like wrongful prosecution or anything like that?
What
I
I've
think she's just trying
heard
to
is
get her
that she's
kid back.
going to sue
Okay.
Justin for the RO, the restraining order, all the things that is in there. And also in the post not guilty verdict, they went out and they said, yeah, we are in contact with the FBI. And that relates to Justin access. He stole her laptop. Have you seen the break-in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, him like breaking down that door was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Stole a bunch of stuff, including her laptop, which accessed
Was he
through
actually
his mother's Wi-Fi.
acting under the color of state authority at the time, or
He was
He was in gym shorts,
he
so-
claimed he was a resident of the house, but in the RO he says my residence is my mother's house, which was a couple of days before. So
not to say that the charges were proper, but remember the OnlyFans model that is like like a
Courtney
ninja
Clenney?
throwing knives.
Courtney
Yeah.
Clenney, yeah.
Her parents got charged for a bit, although they ended up getting dismissed with like accessing his laptop. Remember that? For the same sort of like BS. It was like, but it was in our possession and it was in her home that we had, we were allowed to get to. And
But if I remember right, though, the reason that those charges are dropped is a little bit more clandestine and amazing. It's that the only reason that the state found out about that laptop or whatever device she had was because of an improper accidental disclosure by the defense, which included emails from the parents that were not supposed to go out. They should have been privileged. Attorney work product, I think, was the argument. And so those went to the prosecution. Prosecution ethically should have said, this isn't for us, return the emails, let defense know that, hey, you sent this over, doesn't seem like whatever. But they can't use that to then procure a search warrant and go after the person because they were protected work product. And so I think there was some questions about that. It was really shady, and it was pretty clear that the prosecution arrested her parents to try and leverage a guilty plea.
okay,
or something
but
like
that's even worse for this particular guy in the Kelsey Fitz Simmons or whatever her name is case.
Yeah.
Because if that was dismissed only on a technicality, he doesn't have a technicality here.
no,
he
made the claim
breaks
in
the door.
Yeah, he
With
made
his
a claim in the
shoulder.
RO. My residence is over here, his mother's house, of course, because he's a fucking loser. And then he calls the cops and says, "This is my residence. I need to get there to gather some stuff." And then he goes there. Meanwhile, Kelsey's mother has changed the locks. And since the cops took all the cameras down, he put up new ones because he owns a security camera business. So this idiot breaks in and steals stuff, including her laptop. And according to the defense, he used that laptop to access her social media, her insurance, her medical records, her bank accounts, and she had a vacation prepaid. He canceled that and redirected the funds to his bank account.
I learned
See,
from
like,
Corey
no
Richens that that's all
slice-
illegal.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
slice of roast beef is worth all of that. All the shit that you're going to do and deal with and get in trouble for. Just saying, guys.
He didn't think he was going to get in trouble though, because allegedly, and I don't know anything about this because I don't know North Andover, which is true. But allegedly, his he's not a cop, but his family has deep, deep ties in the police department there in North Andover, and into the criminal justice system. He is fully confident that he literally breaks into this house with a shoulder charge in broad daylight with 3 other guys in gym shorts, which I don't understand that one. Like I don't get
what those back from the sauna, you know.
Yeah, it's like Club Med in my living room, boys. Actually her living room, but he just he comes flying through the door and
is it the gayest thing you've ever seen? I mean,
no, the gayest thing ever was him scrambling out of the basement and tripping and skinning his knee. That was so funny. I'm still laughing. I bet his knee still hurts.
Yeah. And how he explained how he ran away from his kid. No, I saw my kid was with my sister, so I ran towards the car. And then, but you didn't pick them up.
I told that little bastard to move his legs and run.
Yeah, and this is the guy, I haven't seen my child in a couple of days, yada, yada, yada. And the first thing he does after Oro, they hand him the child, and the first thing he does, hand it to his sister. Yeah, I bet you missed your kid.
The fact that he said he was missing his kid while the whole premise was that he seemed to have been plowing the bridesmaid or the maid of honor or his
both. Yeah, something. I mean,
or his sister, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
which are these weird sisters going on here? Like Corey Richards.
I've seen that on a certain website.
That was a stepsister, and you know it. Her name was Teresa. No, it's
never get stuck in a dishwasher.
It's been kind of wild because the sister in Corey Richards was she had those crazy eyes and she seemed super into her brother. And then this sister, they kept her mostly out of the trial. Her testimony was very short. And she presented like an insane person.
That's why it was short.
Or as Rumble says, maybe it's not the bridal party, it's the groom's party he's mostly interested in.
Could have been. Absolutely. Because that whole situation, the way it's described, is real fucking weird.
Yeah. The bridal, first of all, you don't have the grooms and the bride doing the stag party and the thing. You don't have that at the same location.
Well, I mean, you could.
Well,
sure. The Jack and Jill. You're talking about the Jack and Jill bachelor party? That was weird. That's weird to me.
I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but the cops showed up the day after claiming she was in a car accident. There was no car accident. So I don't trust any accounts or testimony about what happened at the Jack and Jill place. None of it.
Wait, is this like a Jack and Jill? Is this a store?
So Jack and Jill party is where your bachelor party and your bachelorette party are combined into one event. My bachelor party was playing disc golf and going to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet, and I still wouldn't have wanted that.
Mine was literally like playing golf and then like playing poker with the guys like all night long. And I mean, again, but I don't. The ladies aren't supposed to be there.
Right. Get out.
I mean, I'm not married, so I haven't had one. But we took a friend of mine who is very into sailing and stuff. So we took in the archipelago outside Gothenburg. So we put him on one island with a bunch of boards and ropes and stuff. And then we went to the next island.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
He had to get to you.
So he saw us over there partying like crazy while he had to get boards and rope together for a raft and paddle over. We had so much fun.
That sounds actually quite awesome. I kind of want to do that to someone.
That's why I won't get married, because I've been to a bunch of stag parties and they
I love
want
that they're called
revenge.
stag parties in Sweden.
But we mostly get drunk and talk shit. That's about it. We do any
God, it's just a
excuse to get
YouTube
drunk.
stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we should go back and forth with the ferry, and
That was a good time. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Nick, if you're ever allowed to drink again, and when you get your passport back from the feds,
Yes.
you got to come to Sweden, and there's a
Yeah.
ferry between Sweden and Denmark, and you basically sit on it, smoke cigars, and get drunk all night long, and it takes you back and forth between the two countries. And
I
it's
like
cheap
that
as hell.
idea.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. We live streamed part of it a couple years ago.
yeah.
Someone in the
And
chat says,
then-
"Oh, go ahead."
And then Dave had to be carried out by his wife. And
I
her
do not remember shutting down the stream or leaving the boat.
His best streams.
That dinner, damn it. Thank you. Most of us have times where we suck at life. Smart people avoid bringing in the state. Arrogant assholes learn why the smart ones don't. Yeah, don't call the cops. Well, I mean, the place where I grew up in Sweden, we had in an area roughly the size of, I don't know, Kentucky, we had one police station, and it was open during office hours. We took care of things when things happened. And yeah.
And once you get the state involved, they're never going away.
Mm.
That's the thing. Like, I get parents calling on kids all the time, and then they're like, "Oh, I just wanted to scare my daughter," and it's like, okay, well, you scared her because now she's getting charged.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Call your lawyer first.
It is crazy to think about, like, how people do get the state involved, and then I mean, maybe someone punched someone, but like someone gets drunk, someone calls him a slur or whatever, and he like throws a fist. It's like, okay, do we need that guy going to jail? Like honestly, you get him maybe overnight or whatever if he won't go home, but like just get him home. Like, this guy isn't gonna. He's not a serial puncher, I would assume, for most people. And when you get the state involved, it turns these things that we all used to be able to resolve on our own, like disagreements between people, into now criminal charges. And it's like, I don't know if that's the best
would
option.
tell you, more often than not, even the quote victim regrets getting everyone involved, getting the state involved after the fact. So take a beat. Just take a beat and realize what. I mean, there's people that, like, I've had cases where I've represented witnesses and they're like, I don't want to show for this. I don't want to be involved in this. It's like, but you called the cops. So now you're involved. Now you got to show up. Now you got to testify. Now you got to do this shit.
Now they're going to subpoena you and then issue a warrant if you don't show up.
Oh, yeah. I had one lady that refused to show up and they issued her a warrant. That's who I was representing, was the victim in a case on a warrant because she failed to show up on a subpoena. It's like, you guys realize
that's not a good idea. I mean, we had a case which we covered on this channel. The woman who smoked on a Zoom meeting with Judge
Simpson.
Judge Simpson.
Oh, the one that was also having sex.
Yeah,
that girl's my hero.
Yeah,
I found her
And,
Facebook
that-
page. This court is like 20 minutes away from my home, and I'm like, as soon as she gets picked up, I'm going there.
Yeah, because she was ordered to show up in person in the next court appearance, and she didn't.
Yeah.
So now she has a warrant.
That was amazing.
Were you having
What
sex
not
on camera?
to do? Like
No.
the furthest thing from my mind. Like, I could see people smoking. I was in waiting for a Zoom hearing yesterday, and the one defendant, I have to imagine she was a criminal defendant, sitting in her car with it like aimed at the dirty ass ceiling of her car, doing her makeup, flipping her hair, smoking cigarettes. Okay, that happens sometimes, but to go like full on getting it on and giving mouth hugs and all of that stuff on Zoom, oh my God.
It was so amazing.
Like,
I need
I
to
wish-
find it. I need to find it.
I don't know how these people, like, I know not everybody gets away with stuff, but Dave, do you run into this? Well, Nick, you too. Like, you watch these people and then they don't go to jail or prison. And you're like, how did you do that? And it's
Yeah.
like the guy who's like on his 8th arrest for like felony distribution. It's like, well, he should probably be bonded out like $2,000. Like, are you kidding? Like, how do these people end up like that? It's crazy.
I got a guy, 2 counts of felony firearm, hit with a habitual. He's in possession. He's got basically a drug house. He's living out of.
Right.
He's facing life. He gets a sweetheart plea deal. He gets 2 years. His habitual is dropped. I'm like, how is this? I mean, this guy's, it's his 4th. It's his habitual 4th, and he gets 2 years, and he wants to appeal it, of course, because court did him dirty on that plea. I'm like, dude, you realize, like, if we get this set aside, you're facing life. But he got 2 years. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that. He's got 2 felony firearms, possession of like a stupid amount. I can't remember what it was. And then
26 grams.
Yeah, 26 grams. But then a habitual 4th kicks it up from a 20-year maximum to a life maximum, and his scoring, his guidelines, his sentencing guidelines were already at 10 years, but they gave him 2. I'm like, dude, what do you? How did you fall backwards into this, and now you want to appeal it? Like,
there was a headline the other day. Guy had a bail hearing for like, it was either a murder or a manslaughter charge, and his bail was less than mine. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not balanced. That's not fair. I don't know, but I like you see these people, and I'm just like marveling all the time at how they get away with everything. My whole life, I've been terrified of doing anything bad, like as a kid and stuff, because it's like I'll go to jail forever. Was the idea. Like if you, I don't know, took a joyride in someone's car or what, you're always worried that something terrible is going to happen. Then you come out and it's like, well, he only raped like 8 people. That guy's out. It's like, how?
Yeah.
And they usually have represented themselves too, which makes it worse.
I can't get into the details of this one case, but it's amazing to me that the guy only got 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you realize that this guy's in his 30s, which means he's going to be back out on the street, able to do this to other people. And I just don't, I don't get it sometimes how they get these deals.
My last case, I famously didn't show up because I was sick for a traffic ticket that I was representing someone on. We dealt with that elsewhere, but my last case before that was 50 felonies that were all theft, and it was a total of about $500,000 of theft, and we negotiated, and the deal was for less than 4 years. I think it was 42 or 44 months that we got, and we went in with that, and the judge is like, "Are you kidding me? That's it? No. I want to put her away for more." And she only got the 42 or 44 months or whatever, but because we had negotiated with the prosecutor, and I was like, okay, but that was 50 felonies, and you're like, how did you?
But some of these things, though, when you talk about like 50 felonies, like, hey, Steve Gosney's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Gosney?
Hey, Steve.
I had a guy that stole Chrysler's UPS account number, and he was
some of these crimes. You're like, why would you like that?
yeah. No, get this. This is true thug life here. This is true thug life. So he decides what he's gonna do is establish a criminal enterprise. He's gonna sell shit online and undercut the competition by offering free delivery because he's got Chrysler's account, and he sells Avon.
Yes,
he sells Avon online, undercuts the competition with free delivery, and so he's charged with like 60 felony counts, like each time, like using a computer to commit a crime, criminal enterprise, all this stuff. We get him down to like a couple of counts, and he gets probation, but it was like true thug life BS.
Did you guys see the? I saw this. Who knows how real any of this stuff is? But it was a Florida man got caught trying to trade in a ghost that he said he captured in a Tupperware at GameStop for game credit or for store credit.
It's literally up on my Twitter feed right now. I was just looking at it.
It's like, that guy is. I can't find the crime. I can't find the crime at all.
It was right there.
Because if GameStop accepts that deal, that's got to be on them. Like,
Right.
I would have accepted that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would have accepted that trade.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something else to that. Like I'm like, I can find nothing wrong with this action. If I trap a ghost in Tupperware, I'm going to GameStop too.
Steve's back doing criminal defense. That's good. Or criminal law, anyways.
Yeah.
I know he hated civil. He got stuck, railroaded into that civil job. But that's good. So
He's
Southern
back
Florida.
doing criminal stuff?
Yeah, in Southern Florida.
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice.
That's where he belongs.
Yeah, that is where he belongs. And he got me into this doing this court appointed. Not he got me into it. He inspired me to do this court appointed appellate work, which I've been doing since July and loving it. So
Wait a minute, I just read the rest of this chat. How do you spell friendship? RETAINER.
Steve, I sent you an invite. It's always good to have you on. Good to have you back on criminal law. I'm sad that civil it didn't work out. Let's talk.
yeah, we're not
Let's
sad
talk
about that. Civil is horrible. Can I tell you how horrible civil is?
Yeah.
It's just the nasty. It's almost worse than family law sometimes. These people.
Yeah, I was with him when he had the negotiation with that firm that he has now left, with salary and bonuses and everything, and it really looked good. And I will, if Steve wants to talk about it, he can. But
It's not
for
the
obvious
clients.
for obvious reasons, he left that firm.
It's
Let's
not
just say
the
that.
clients in the civil thing. It's the attorneys in the civil that are horrible to deal with. The clients are crazier and the stories are better in other practice areas, but the attorneys are horrible to deal with in civil stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even in my area of law, I mean, sometimes you wonder, how the fuck did I pull this off? Now, as a general rule, it has to be more than 10 years old, and it has to have happened more than once. That way I can say, no, it wasn't you. No, it wasn't you. I had this peeping Tom who hid in the women's sauna at the workplace under the boards to peek up. Again, more than 10 years ago, and it has to have happened more than once.
I feel like
So
you see that shit online
somehow
these days.
he kept his job. I did my job. I don't know how I pulled it off, but yeah, he was still employed until the day he retired.
Nick,
So wait a minute.
keeping locker rooms safe from criminals.
So this guy got
At
into
work?
the women's sauna at work, and he
Yeah.
like hid inside the sauna.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's
Yeah.
dedication, man. Those things are hot.
You could just die, just sitting down there like it's fucking hot. Like, dude, I hope he brought a water bottle.
And it
I
happened
imagine
more-
like Danny DeVito climbing out of the couch. That scene, that's what I imagine.
And again, happened more than once. Welcome to labor and employment law. Some shit is weird.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
For
That's a
the
dude
folks,
with
how
some
could
fetish.
you represent him? That's my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this conversation with a trial attorney. Weird situation where we got trial and appellate attorneys on at the same time on a case. Our job,
Steve!
like the wonderful Steve Gosney's job, is to make everyone safer by making sure the state does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
How you doing, Steve?
What's happening, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
brother.
hear you.
You're like a
Coming
storage
in
unit or something. What's going on there?
Rumbly.
Oh, look at you got.
Oh,
your
He's got his sidecar already. Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, it is the slightly buzzed.
Yeah.
Starro show. Right?
No critique or no criticism here, my friend.
Yes. Well, hey, Mick Starro, you are my man. Love you, buddy. And yeah, I tell you, I'm very conflicted about any kind of streaming stuff because you know what happened to me. And,
yeah, I know.
And so I'm very burned, and but I love you, buddy. And Rekieta law, I want to tell you something, buddy.
Uh-oh.
I will say I thank you, and I'm pissed off at you at the same time. See, this is the problem.
Ooh. What did I do?
Because Nick really kind of started my internet presence with, well, it was Bronca, really. It was Bronca's to blame.
It's his fault.
It's his damn fault. but Nick invited me on his show, and he kind of got it started and kind of like launched into this direction. And then Nick Rekieta had his problems, and boy, I get some of the splashback. But the thing people don't realize is that we're all flawed humans.
Yeah.
We're all fallen. We're all broken. And we all have our flaws, some worse than others. But, we're all broken people. And so for people to say, like, there's so many people that want me to condemn Mr. Nick Rekieta right here. And, the thing is that Nick is a good guy. He's got problems. I've got problems. You've got problems.
Ban this man immediately. Get him out of here.
Yeah, it's like there's such an orgasmic need to condemn. It's like, I'm better than you, so I'm going to stand on my moral high horse and get off on condemning. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't agree with most people. I'm my own man. I have my faith, and I try to do the best I can, and I fall. And who am I to condemn? And I mean, it's like, obviously, I don't know. I just kind of want to address this a little publicly because there's so many people that want me to, I don't know what they want me to do. What do they want me to do about Nick Rekieta here? I mean, I just kind of want to talk about it. That's why I came on, because, he's got his show. I'm my own person. I'm living my life. I don't,
The first thing. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I've never had a problem with Nick, and I mean, I know he's had problems outside in his life and stuff, but he's always been nice to me. What do you want me to do about it? I mean, it's like I'm some kind of person that I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the public wants. I mean, it's just sort of like,
yeah. And I mean,
everybody's got the knife and they want to kill each other. They want everybody to stab each other and hurt each other. I want the best for all of you. I want the best for Nick Starro, for MLS, for Rekieta, and for all the people and all the haters that just want to destroy and hurt. Go watch something else. And I don't know. This is just my point.
Yeah. And I mean, 2 years ago, I fought hard to get Nick on my show, and he wouldn't show up because he was a big deal. Now he's here. So cheers.
He's fallen all the way down.
How far Nick has fallen.
I'll send you my calendar from that period of time. You'll know exactly why I
know.
But Steve,
look, I have to drive to the dealer.
Why I needed him on when we covered Rekieta's arraignment is we were fighting in chat all the time because the chat was going extremely negative towards Nick. But everyone on that panel was of the same position. Like, everyone has their faults. And this is just the beginning, folks. We need to step back, take a look at this, and everyone is human.
Yeah, and who doesn't love a return story?
And the thing is that we go through these ups and downs, and it's like, I'm only your friend when you're up. And when you're down, I'm going to toss you aside. That's not a very Christian thing to do. To me, I mean, when somebody's at their bottom, I want to be able to reach out, and so somebody, there's a lifeline that I can, if somebody's in their worst, that all their friends, their so-called Christian friends, haven't betrayed them. Instead, they can reach out when they're at their worst, right? If all the so-called good people reject sinners, then there's not going to be anybody in the church. You know, the whole point of going to church is so that we hold
It's
each other
not
up, we
called
bring
catch
each other, we
fire.
bring each other up. We support each other when we're weak, because we're all weak, and we support each other by the communion. When somebody's fallen, we try to lift each other up. And, you know, the Christ even talked about this, about we talk about it one-on-one. So I'll talk to Nick Rekieta here one-on-one. I'm not going to go on the internet and portray how moral I am and condemn by condemn. It's like, if I have a problem with Nick Rekieta, I'll talk to Nick Rekieta. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard my name this
I'm not
much in a
gonna-
long time.
What's that?
I said, I haven't heard my name this much in a long time.
No, since the last arraignment.
I'm
Christ
just,
says that you address your problems with the person that you might have a problem with. And it's not to go and be public, like I'm such a spiritual, great Christian guy that I'm going to condemn all the sinners of the world. I mean, you know, it's like, I'm just a flock. I'm a sheep. I'm a fallen man too. I don't know. I'm just a little upset because everybody wants to hurt each other. Everybody wants to hurt other people, and people put themselves out there on the internet, and they want to, and it's like, oh, I'm going to hurt you. And these are people not in power. They're not in any position of power. I don't know. I'm just a little philosophical on this.
I think
Clean up your Passover, you know?
No worries, Steve. Thank you for being here. Now, going back to trials. Now, I went to visit.
real
Whatever
quick,
you just said.
I have a
went to
one
visit-
sentence response.
Huh?
I have a one sentence response. Your mistake is thinking that people have something they want you to do rather than just react. And that's what the internet wants. It wants the reaction. They don't care about the interpersonal. I know there are people who do. They don't care about the interpersonal relationships. They don't care about any of that. There's no thing that you can do to satisfy 99% of what these people were asking of you. So that's all. But thanks as always, Steve. You're such a friend, dude. Seriously.
Well, but you know, the thing is that anything I have to say, I will say to you one-on-one. I'm not going to go onto the internet and portray what a spiritual, great Christian I am and how wonderful that there's this thing that people love to do now. And it's weird that they want to condemn people and get this moral superiority. They like feel so good about themselves. You know, it's very hard to be a Christian. It's very hard to be a good person. It takes work. It takes thought. It takes consciousness. It takes every action you do will be judged. And so that's work. Oh, but if I can take this position, then I'm good, right? I'm a good guy because that guy's a bad guy. You know, I've represented murderers, multiple homicide murderers. I've represented pedophiles, right? And I've had to deal with them as human beings and do my best for them and fight for them. I tell you, one of the most difficult cases I ever had, I will say, and I've never shared this. If you don't mind, I hate to dominate your show, Nick Starro. But
Folks, we will get back to the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial after this important message.
Well, I will say, let me tell you this story. It's a good story. So I had a case when I was a kid. There was a very evil murder in Volusia County, and I can't talk too much about the facts of it, but it was one of the most disturbing murders in Volusia County. It was so hard. It was so bad. And I actually got the case of the murderer. It came back because the kid got a death sentence, and it came back on appeal. And I represented this kid. And I remember it was a jarring, hard thing that I dealt with as a child, this murder. And then I got it on appeal. And I really had to look myself in the mirror and say, can I represent this person fairly? Can I do my best as a lawyer and represent him? And I'll tell you, the pictures, the stuff I had to watch and deal with were horrific. Some of the most difficult things I've ever dealt with. But I really had to be honest, because I promised myself, if I can't do my best for him, that I'm going to withdraw and I'm going to send it to somebody else. But I know that I'm a good lawyer and I can represent them. So I said, if I can do the best, then I will as a professional. And I will say, I drafted a really good brief. I fought my best for that person. And I actually believe in their case, even though it was hard for me personally. And that was I'm kind of proud of being able to do that. And so I represented this murderer. So, it's like, and I did my best. And does that make me a bad guy? I mean, does that make me not a Christian? Does that make me not a good person? I did my job.
Yeah.
I don't know. People have this weird ethics on the like keyboard warriors that want to hurt people.
But many people have the, how can you represent that person? And my answer is, like what many criminal defense attorneys says, those are not the hard cases. The hard cases are the people are innocent.
Oh, that's
well, and
true.
that's why you do it. You do it because you don't want the state to be able to take shortcuts for the innocent. Also, if the state is locking up the innocent person, that means that you are all way more unsafe because the guilty person is still out there and is going to do it again.
Well, I thought about this today. Actually, is it better to have a guilty client or an innocent client? Because both times are challenging.
I would rather have a guilty client.
Guilty client all day long.
It's not even a question. Yeah,
because you do your job, you make sure their rights are represented, you give them their opportunity to confront their accusers, and then if you lose, it's because the state, presumably because the state did their job in showing beyond a reasonable doubt that they deserve to be in. Or that they're guilty, right? And that's the best use of the system that we have. They got excellent representation. They got to exercise their rights. And then when they're guilty, they're found guilty. If they're not guilty, they're found not guilty. I'd take a guilty client every day because if you have a not guilty client and the jury verdict or the judge doesn't go your way, whatever it is, and they go to prison, I mean, carrying that on you, or on your own shoulders. And
you're right about that. I mean, the most painful case that I ever did was a case where it was an actually innocent client that went to prison for 10 years. It's actually the center of the Death Penalty Desired book. That trial in the middle of that book is a real trial that is the most painful trial I've ever had because it was an innocent person that got convicted. And it's actually given me PTSD, in a small sense, not in a Valhalla awaits a sense, but so I do have a little bit because, like what Nick Rekieta just said, the representing an actually innocent person and seeing them go to prison, that's very hard. I mean, if you get a guilty person, I do my best, I represent them. And they, I did my best. The state proved their case. The jury convicted. They go away. Okay, I can reconcile. But when you have an actually innocent person, that's hard.
Yeah. And as
Dave, my name is Dave.
As somebody said, that was what what Mr. Bedrow said. Yeah, it's really rough. Now. So, Steve, you have not heard about the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case a whole lot.
I have not. I'm sorry. I'm looking forward to the Courtney Clenney case. That's the case. Yeah. That's the one.
You wanted that as a prosecutor, right? Or
yes.
Or a public defender or something. You were going to take that case on.
I actually wrote. I wrote an article on that. I wrote some policies for the Miami State Attorney's Office that were kind of tangentially related to the Courtney Clenney stuff with the what happens when you get inadvertent disclosures from the defense. I wrote a policy for that at the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office, and I'm looking forward to that case. That is a case that might actually bring me back. I'm here because Nick invited me, and I had to make my statement to and I really want you to be a good guy. Nick Rekieta over here, I beg, I plead, I pray for your salvation. I want you to do your best. I don't like seeing you wallowing in negativity. I want you to.
Oh, my
Rick has
goodness.
already been saved.
Yeah.
This is his redemption. We're witnessing the beginning of it.
I don't know if he's redeemed.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
I'm going to cover the Courtney Clenney trial because
Everybody's going to cover Courtney
Yeah.
Clenney.
but not
I'm not.
Guess
was
where I am?
actually
I
there.
am at
Oh, look, there we are. There we are.
Paraíso. If
Yeah,
you don't know
Nick
what
and I,
that is, that
Nick
is the
and I.
apartment complexes where Courtney Clenney allegedly murdered her boyfriend.
You know, I thought she was guilty.
Probably
Oh, go ahead.
somewhere up there, or something of the sort. And for you who don't know, the Courtney Clenney case, it's the OnlyFans girl who accidentally threw a knife at her boyfriend in self-defense, of course. And
Accidentally
on top of that,
self-defense. I
you
like
have a
that.
prosecution that made, what do you call it, a few mistakes along the way. And here to help me talk about that is Steve Gosney. Hey,
Nice.
My buddy.
it's going all right.
We're having fun, aren't we?
Yeah, we are having so much
But I
fun.
mean, we need to turn around and see where this place is, because this is
Yeah.
a beautiful location. Look,
Yeah.
look around the other side. This is where we
Yeah.
are.
This is the harbor.
You can see the
The
cruise ships over here.
Yeah, and everything up there and everything. So yeah,
we're very close to the fashion district.
yeah, in
And,
Miami.
So and Nick and I are having a great time, and he wanted to get some good content for his viewers
Yeah.
about. I said, well, how about the Courtney Clenney location?
Yeah,
So here it is. This is the condo where it all took
yeah,
place.
somewhere.
Guys, look at these sick men out here, like crime tourists. You know, like, hey, there was a murder here.
I'm just amazed that they found pinhole cameras to wear around. Like, what was this one frame per minute that we were getting out of your camera?
Nick's potato camera. He takes it with him when he travels to the U.S.
The Rekieta kid. Actually, you remember? Actually, the first time I met Nick Rekieta was in Miami. He did a meet and greet, and we had dinner. And
Of
we
course,
had a
it was
good
Miami.
time.
Yeah, well, that was awesome at the Mandarin Hotel, which is I love staying there.
He was signing his Rumble deal. You know,
Yeah.
what a world apart that's been, man. How much history has flowed under the river since that moment? Man.
Now, Steve, you haven't followed the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case, so I'm going to play an audio now, and if you feel you can, tell us your honest opinion about this conversation.
Such a fucking terrible person. All I came up here to do is to fucking be with you and maybe fucking have any indication of fucking kissing it. Nope.
Kissing
You're
me. You
such a
came up
bad
here
person.
to yell at me.
Came up here to yell at you. You're a
Wait. Is he
fucking
mad because you
terrible.
won't kiss him?
You're yell at you.
Thank you. You
Seems
did
like
come
it.
out here to yell at me. That's
No.
exactly what you
Yeah.
came here to do.
Sure. Can you put the light on, please, so I can get the
You-
fuck out of here?
You fell over in
Wait.
the bathtub. You fell over up the stairs, and you're embarrassed. And I called you out on it because I just want you to go to bed and wake up in the morning and go to your training. But all you want to do is insult me. So thank you. That's like super fucking nice. I'm sitting here rocking our baby, and you say,
Kelsey,
"Oh."
shut the fuck up.
"Okay."
Finally, someone's talking to these women correctly.
Seems
Still
nice.
have our little baby in my arms.
Yep.
But
No,
okay.
you're right. That's
She
the first time
definitely
of
knows
yelling,
it's
but only
being recorded.
The 10th or 12th time of you doing that.
No, this is not the first
Can you
time of
please
you
put the light on?
yelling.
'Cause I am out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm leaving. Please put the light on
You're-
that you just had.
You're leaving after I just got you to maybe lay down and
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to go
She's
to your
narrating. She
training,
knows this
Good
is
for
being
you.
recorded.
like not be drunk and
Yeah.
go
no,
to your
that's
training.
fine. I
Yeah, but sometimes you got to
So
have someone
what?
do
Like
this,
I don't
right?
can you
No, you
understand
do.
put this on, please?
what,
We had questions
what
about whether or not
on,
they both
dude.
knew
Like
or
what
neither
is
knew.
going on? It is the middle of the night. You're fucking freaking out. I don't get this. I do not get this at all. You fell in the shower, you slammed your head. You fell in the living room, you slammed your head. You came up here,
been like
you
that
start
before.
freaking the fuck out, saying you're all done. You want to
It's
go
really
home.
important, I think, though.
Like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? What is the point in all of this?
Oh,
What are you
appreciate it.
doing?
Thank you very much, Kelsey. You have said a lot, and you have been very, very helpful.
I've said
Thank you
little
very
to
much.
nothing. All I've said is I want you to lay down and go to bed so you can go to your training in the morning and not have an issue.
You know what? You are fucking brutal.
Okay. I'm fucking brutal because I want you to lay down, go to bed, relax, go to your training in the morning, and be normal.
Yep.
Right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
What are we listening to? I don't.
Like you're like pretending to agree with me, or
Is she gaslighting him at this point?
please don't fall down the stairs. Oh my god.
No, I have a theory.
Okay.
All right, what's your theory?
Okay, so here's what she's maybe come up against in the past. Accusations that she can't prove. This relationship is starting to get volatile. He seems to be drinking or getting too high and acting like this, right? So she needs to have a contemporary record of this stuff happening.
Yeah,
and if
that's fair.
If they do go to court, you know, and you can obviously chime in on this, but one of the things I would always tell people in family law cases is get out a journal, and every day you write down what happened every single day, because they won't have written down what happens every single day, and you're going to have a contemporaneous writing, and they can try and go against it. But why were you lying in the writing is something they'll have to come up with. Same thing with this. And it does seem like I don't know that she's gaslighting him, but she's definitely got a hook and she's dragging him through some things. But she wants to clearly establish by audio what's going on. You fell, you hit your head, you did this here. All I want you to do is go to bed.
And he's not refuting it.
He's
either.
not. He's not. And if this were to have to go to, you know, he said, she said, she's got pretty good evidence now that he was high, is my guess, that he is definitely done this before. And those admissions, those things stack up in a custody fight. I mean, it's very likely that she was gearing up for one because she feared it was coming or thought it needed to from his behavior.
Yeah. Absent everything that happened afterwards, including the shooting and the trial and all of that stuff, she would have been positioned well in a custody fight.
Right. But he struck first with that RO.
He did.
But then if this predates the RO, which obviously it would have to, this is going to predate the RO, it's going to start, there's a narrative that's built, that's going to be building up. And if she has hundreds of videos, she said there were hundreds of videos of him stepping out and smoking weed. What other videos does she have? Because she was prepping in this. I would wager she'd spoken to counsel or someone familiar with custody proceedings and had started to get some advice, whether it was a lawyer or just someone who's been through it a lot, maybe even a social worker.
Now, if I was representing her in the family law matter, I could easily explain away the I'm sorry, if I was representing him, I could explain away this. Like, listen, she caught me when I was obviously inebriated. I wasn't worried about the safety of the child because we had a sober adult here. So we're not talking about, you know, like neglecting the child. And everything else that came after just goes to prove my point as to why I was potentially having an issue with the relationship. Look how crazy she is. This is all the stuff that she did. This is what she testified to in the trial. So, I mean, it goes both ways, right? But at the end of the day, with the custody battle, you're supposed to focus on the best interest of the child. Can the parties get along? Can they communicate to the point where they can both act together for the best interest of the child, or does it need to be only one person? And then what's the parenting time going to be? That's really the thing. But what she risks most is not being able to have like a joint legal custody situation, because if these two can't get along, can't communicate at all, then that's going to be a problem for her. That's just from a family law standpoint. That's not
Absolutely
anything else.
I'm still here listening. I didn't want it to make it. I didn't want it to seem like I just bailed the second you started talking.
No worries. I was talking to the other Nick anyway.
Yeah, but this is allegedly one of many occasions. And if she has, as the defense allege, and which we actually have seen because it's been published, Justin sneaking out on the porch, sneaking out, opening a window to get high. Allegedly, there's 200 videos.
Yeah.
And
I see someone in chat that says, if only the courts went with the best interest of the child. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But whatever state you're in, there is a list of elements or a list of findings that the court has to make. And whatever side they come out on, they're going to have to like follow that list. And in Michigan, there's the 12 best interest factors that they're going to need to enumerate and work all the way through. And even if the court wants to decide against your client or against your own interest, they're still going to have to work within that framework. So you want to frame it right.
Yeah. Now, in her prior judge in this trial, who then was removed, in the bond,
Her bond. Yeah.
her bond, she was banned from her child. Now, Carol Erskine, who is a prior judge in the Massachusetts juvenile court system, according to her, no, you cannot make that determination without a hearing. But this judge made that determination without a hearing. So I don't know.
That was crazy. And the bond revocation and the bond revocation hearing are insane. I don't know if you guys had listened to those.
I did not. Are they bad? Really bad?
So long story short, she was subject to, even though there was no alcohol alleged in her criminal act, obviously, of allegedly assault with a deadly weapon. But the court required that she sign up for scrams, which is a system in which she has basically a portable testing equipment.
Yeah, scram tether.
Yeah, and she would have to test 4 times a day. Now, this is a woman who's
expensive too.
This is a woman who just got shot in the chest and had a collapsed lung and was required to test for alcohol by breath 4 times a day. Her lawyer goes in and asks for a modification, saying she's done it. She can do this, but it's really, really hard. It's really painful for her. She's in pain for hours afterwards, and she has to do this 4 times a day. So the judge goes, eventually, long story short, the judge goes, I hear you. If she can't do it, then her bond is revoked. You've asked me to take away the scrams burden on her, so I'm revoking her bond, and she goes to jail. That's why she was in jail for 108 days. It was absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't understand why some judges are judges. It doesn't seem like they want to actually do the job of being a judge.
Yeah. And on top of that, this judge ex parte went to her parole officer to get him to say she was in violation of her bond. He said, no, she's not. She's having a hard time breathing into the scram. She tries to do it. That means she's not in violation. And this judge reported him, the parole officer, to the parole officers board.
Yeah.
To get him removed.
It was crazy because, the PO testified at this hearing, testified that she was in compliance as far as the PO was concerned, as far as probation was concerned. And all of the scram tests she was required to do, she did complete. But she would get a test call at like 9:05 a.m. and she would try and fail, and she wouldn't be able to complete it until like 9:42 a.m. So a whole 40-minute window would go by for her to purge her system of alcohol or something ridiculous. But the probation office was very clear. We're not making any determinations that she's violated her probation or that she can't comply. We're noting that we have observed her painfully comply. We've seen her do this, and we know that it is uncomfortable. It was really disgusting of the judge to do that.
And that judge was eventually removed from the case, right?
Well, sort of, because the defense, of course, filed removal because of all of this. And then the chief judge in that district said, well, she's not scheduled for the trial anyway. So he simply removed her,
See, I
making
don't
the motion
understand
moot.
how these courts work. They switch up judges all the time. It doesn't make sense to me. Like in Michigan, you get a district court judge that does all the preliminary stuff, like a preliminary hearing, probable cause conference, things like that. And then you're up to circuit court and you have the same judge throughout. You never switch a judge unless there's a conflict or something. I don't understand why, this judge is going to hear everything but the trial. That doesn't make sense to me.
That's the thin judicial line. It's not just a thin blue line.
Just a reminder that the judge in my case who signed my warrant was someone who I said on video the night before that if you wrung her out like a rag, she would leak liquor out of her vagina. That judge was removed from the bench because of her personal animus and how the personal animus led her to make biased decisions against people and against specific counsel who had disagreed with her in the past, which is something I have done openly disagreed with former Judge Fisher, who signed my warrant in less than 4 minutes from it being submitted, despite it having a 5-hour cocaine-fueled live stream attached.
No, so she obviously watched it. I mean, you just put it on, speed it up a little bit.
Skim through. I think she saw the part where it said, if you squeeze her, liquor comes out of her vagina. I think that she might have seen that one.
I had to go in front of a judge that I criticized once on on my show, and I don't think she knows that I talked about her, so thank God. But the thing is that she hates defense attorneys, and so she always has this thing where she personally attacks defense attorneys. And I see, and that's what I criticized her for. And then I went in front of her and I got the same thing. And then she had to turn to the state and said, what does the state say in response? And the state's like, well, Mr. Helm's right, Judge, you got to do this. She was so pissed. But it's why are you a judge? Why are you a judge? If you're going to have these preconceived biases and notions and positions, then why are you a judge? You should just be an attorney and argue one side.
They like power. They like power. Yeah. They like that decision. It's weird to say, but they really do like the fact that when they walk in and sit down, suddenly the decision that they make matters more than anything else in the world to someone in that moment. Like it wouldn't otherwise matter, because they'd be like, do I want tomatoes or do I want potatoes? What kind of base do I want for my side today? And nope. Instead, it's this person goes to prison for 10 years. And we think that's normal. We're like, no, it's okay that a person decides how long someone's liberty is curtailed. And I know that in many cases, like, we do need to curtail someone's liberty. Some people are awful. Some people murder. Some people rape. Right? Like, that happens. But when you think about the amount of life taken away from Americans for sometimes the most petty of crimes, but for anything, judges get used to the idea, and this is crazy to me, they get used to the idea that 5 years of someone's life going behind bars or whatever isn't that long. That's insane. That's unfathomable.
Oh, I have a really good story. Can I tell you?
You always do. God, I love you.
I got a good story. And Nick Rekieta, put on your video. I want to see your face because I don't like seeing a fat like animation. I want to see the difference. Okay, so here's my story. So I was actually one of my mentors in law was a fellow named Judge Richard O. Watson, who was the greatest judge. This is a good Nick Starro. You're getting some good Gosney stories here. Okay.
Yeah.
My mentor was
like a
Richard O.
garden.
Watson, who was the greatest judge I've ever been in front of, bar none. He was a great judge. And I will tell you that the courthouse in St. Augustine, St. Johns County, Florida, is named after Richard O. Watson. And I had over 20 jury trials in front of him. And I considered him a very close friend. And he was one of my mentors, looked after me, always encouraged me, was a great guy. And I had a very good relationship with him. Okay, so, but he was just the pinnacle of judges. Okay, so here's my Richard O. Watson story about judging, because when I was prosecuting, I was in front of Richard O. Watson. He'd try the case, and I had this one case, and it was a fleeing and eluding and a drug case, a cocaine case, something over here you might know about. It was a cocaine and it was a fleeing thing. And I convicted the guy. It was a jury trial, conviction, 12 years in prison, right? And I remember when he pronounced the sentence, I was like, 12 years. And he pronounced this really creative sentence. And I just held Judge Watson in such high regard that I was like, that's really creative, but he must know what he's doing because he's Judge Watson and he's great, right? And so, but of course, the appellate division gets a hold of it and they do a 3850 and they remand it. And I look at it and the sentence is wrong. It's an illegal sentence. So we had to get it back for resentencing. All right. So the jury trial that I got the 12 years comes back for resentencing. And I'm in there and it was this case. And Watson's up there on the bench and he's saying, he says, I've been thinking about this case since I sentenced this case. And I really feel like, I've really thought about it. And I'm going to give this case 8 years in prison. And now that's from 12 to 8, right? And of course, as a prosecutor at the time, this was a great lesson for old Gosney here. I was like, I convicted him and I got 12 years in prison and it's my case. And now you're giving him 8 years, right? And so I very much personalized the case. And Watson and I were close enough that I expressed myself. I will say I was at the prosecutor's table and I was a little grumpy, and Watson saw that. I was like, I got 12 years, now you're giving him 8, right? And so Watson was up there and he knew what I was thinking and he knew what I was doing. So he sits up there. And he was actually kind of a short guy, but boy, on the bench, he looked huge, right? And I remember him looking down the bench. He put his glasses down like this. And he looks at me and says, son, 8 years is a long time. and I thought about it and I'm like, there is wisdom from the bench. Because, it's like, and I really learned a big lesson there because it was like personalizing. It's not my case. It's the state's case. And the judge is the sentencer. And for me to personalize it and to think that I've earned 12 years or whatever it's not my case. It's the state. I need to, decouple my ego from what is going on. And the judge, he's the judge and he's the sentence giver. And 8 years is a long time. And these prosecutors, when you're a young prosecutor, they throw around these numbers like they're nothing. They're nothing.
This is why we need Steve as a judge.
Yeah.
Well,
Were you running for judge?
I've tried and I will never be a judge because that's a whole nother story, but I'm an independent thinker and they want people who follow part. I will tell you, Ron DeSantis, our governor, who is good in a lot of ways, his appointments are crap. His appointments process, the nominations process is really problematic. And I will just leave it at that. There's a lot of young kids that run it. It's not in control. And DeSantis, I know everybody loves DeSantis, and I voted for DeSantis. I like DeSantis, but his appointments process is really flawed. And the judges that he appoints, they want people that are party line people that support the death penalty, that are fit a certain category, and that's it. Anyways,
The
So my-
Republican Party asked me
Not Judge
if I
Watson.
was interested in running for the Supreme Court of Michigan. And I said, that'd be awesome. There's no way I'm going to get it or win or ever run because there's just no way. But I was asked, I was like, it's just not going to happen. He was too new to understand, I think, the guy who asked me.
Well,
what the
there's-
game
there's a-
actually is.
There's a commentator, there's a super chat about the NASCAR pole rope. Are they referring to the so-called noose? Is that what he's referring to? Because I'm from Daytona Beach, home of NASCAR. Do you remember this incident about the supposed noose? All it was a pole rope for the thing, and there was a huge DEI investigation and such garbage.
It was Bubba Watson or something.
Bubba Watson, who was a black race car driver, and it became this big thing. And all it was a stupid pole. It's like, oh, we are insane. Our culture is.
All it was a noose in a tree and a burning cross and some robes. Speaking of that, guys, I have to get going.
No, I'm winding down anyways.
Okay, Nick Rekieta, I want to condemn every sin that you ever did and endorse every good thing you've ever done. Okay, does that absolve me?
Yes. As the Pope, I decided yes, it does.
Yeah. The law Pope, the chicken Pope, Santa Claus. Yeah, sure. All right, let's wind this down. Now, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, amazing. She got acquitted. 2 weeks in a row. We got an acquittal. We got, well, not acquittal technically, but not liable was Afro Man. Acquittal to Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
They're losing everywhere.
Yeah. Next week, Courtney Clenney.
Next week is Courtney Clenney?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just tell me about this, because Courtney Clenney is the one case. I mean, I'm not like clued in on anything that's going on.
Don't you still have my press pass, Steve?
I need to renew that, don't we? MLS, as people don't know, MLS got me a press pass. Which case was that? It was in Orlando.
Courtney, it was for Boone, but it's the same.
Two-case, right?
Yeah, it was for Boone, yeah. So we are recognized. So MLS, Making Law Simple Network, is recognized as a journalistic endeavor with Steve Gosney as my foreign correspondent down in Florida, in the Florida courts.
Yeah, I need to get my press pass renewed, but I am actually doing criminal law in South Florida. So if somebody has a criminal case in South Florida, I can now handle it. So,
Yay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go down there and have just all kinds of fun. I know Steve's gonna get me out of it.
Hey, MLS, you come down to South Florida, I'll give you the grand tour. Hey, Nick Starro, I still feel like I wore you out by driving you all over the earth.
It was amazing. We went everywhere.
Because he said, I want to go. He's like, you show me everything. So I did, because I like really, we drove a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. All the way out to the Everglades, down to the south, out to the islands. We watched the rich people. Oh, no, not rich people.
Yeah, really.
The estates where you can't get access to, we drove by.
He watched all the nude people on Miami Beach, didn't you?
No, we went up to the houses up in the community up in Coral Gables, which is where I live actually. But on the other side of Coral Gables, there's houses that are $30 million a piece. There's whole neighborhoods with $30-40 million houses.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And we had
the most amazing seafood platter and everything, and cigars and everything, and we had an amazing time. But Courtney Clenney trial, I believe, is scheduled for next week. We have the Laura Owens trial, the serial pregnancy scammer, also scheduled for a near future.
That's gonna get a plea, I feel.
No, her prior attorney removed himself after the state said, yeah, we have a plea deal negotiation. So I don't think she will take a plea. So let's see. But there's a lot going on. You have the state's opposition of the Delphi case appeal. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. I have to get everything wild in. But folks, thank you. You in the audience, Dave showing up uninvited.
I just showed up.
Morning,
I told my wife,
Yeah.
I said, Nick's streaming, I'm going to go join him.
Yeah. Steve showing up invited. Thank you to Mo, who had to leave for her own stream somewhere.
Oh, I missed Mo. Oh, I love Mo.
Yeah, Mo is amazing. She should be one of the biggest channels in true crime. But she's criminally underrated. And Steve, I love you. You know,
I love you too, buddy. You know,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you, the people that don't, it's like I liked Nick Starro before I got to meet him, but once he we actually stayed in my home for a while.
yeah,
And I got to get to know him. This guy. It's funny because it's like I tuned into your humor in a different way by meeting you face to face. It was really
Very Swedish.
It was a blessing and a God bless you. And it was wonderful getting to break bread and hang out. And it's like, and I really am tuned in now to Nick Starro's humor. And I don't know, it doesn't quite come across on the internet as well as I think it did personally. So
I'm better in person than
You
on the
are.
internet, and I'm really good on the internet. Folks, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Thank you to, let's go through this. Thank you to Dave.
Drink.
Thank you to David. Equality. Derek. Torin. Oh, Torin. I forgot about this one. Body cam sore spot for me. Constables in PA are excluded from the law authorizing them for all LEOs and DAs. What?
Because he's a constable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to Colby for gifting memberships. Thank you to Who's It. I couldn't show this earlier. Now I can. Thank you to Datin. Again. Oh. Thank you to Ariane the vegetarian. Thank you so much. Thank you to Datin again. Who's It again? Random unbranded commentator. Thank you so much. And to random unbranded commentator. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for what you gave to Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And folks, I can't thank you enough. Without you guys, this would not happen. I will see you in the next stream or video. Or if you're just here for the Slightly Buzzed Friday stream, I will see you next Friday, roughly around 5 p.m. And yeah. Dave, anything to add?
Nope. Got nothing coming up.
Steve?
Not until the end of April.
Steve, anything? No? All right. See you in the next stream or video. Thank you so much. Have a good one. And remember, folks, hug your family. Unless they are shit, then screw them and give your love to the people who deserve it.
There you go.
Bye-bye.